everybody doing out there? Um, we're here on two platforms today. We're here on the Instagram channel, and we're also here on Walnut 325 on the YouTube channel. So if you're watching us here, you can watch us on any platform right now. We're talking about the mass shooting that took place in Nashville. This thing is crazy. It's getting out of control. That these gun laws is that we need better gun laws. Kids are getting killed by this thing. There's a lot of situation happening. And the one thing that was so shocking to me today was that I found out that as of this year so far, just now in March, there's been 130 mass shootings in the United States. We need to talk about that. We need to figure out how we can actually how they can change some gun laws and how we can stop failing these kids. Because what we're doing with the gun laws and all that stuff, it's failing kids, and we need to have more securities in the school or something. Because how in the world are these people getting to these schools and shooting up these kids? We need to protect our kids. If the kids are our future, we're allowing these people to come and try and come in here with all their nonsense, with all their negativity, and come and shoot up the kids. That's just crazy.
Yeah, they were.
That's
It
just
was
crazy. It
elementary school.
was an elementary school. The one thing that hurt bad, I saw that they said there was a 9-year-old little girl that got shot. 9 years old. Imagine her life just got started. She got all these ideas in her head, all these things that she's trying to do with her life. Princess, all that. She's not thinking about no gun laws and no guns and all getting shot.
She woke up in the morning, probably had breakfast with her family, went to school, got on the bus, maybe car ride, maybe
Happy.
carpool, happy, go lucky,
And
she
then run
goes
to
to
this.
school. Because, right now, school is it. Because my babies want to go to school every day. They don't want to miss no days. So, you get to school and then,
This happens.
yeah, you're sheltered because I know, like, schools have the shelter in place now where you get down and I know, like, you're thinking about, she was thinking about her parents. She was thinking about,
Getting
like,
back home.
yeah, like, maybe not, like, I just don't.
That's a
Don't
terrible thing to think
understand it. And
about.
this was a grown woman, 28,
28 years old.
28, and she attended the school. She did. She attended the school, and she went back. Like, this is getting crazy, y'all. And just watching it and listening to it, it's just like, what do we do?
Yeah.
What needs to be done?
It doesn't make sense, man. This 28-year-old girl woman decides that whatever's going on in her life is so tragic that she needs to go to an elementary school, and shoot up little kids. That's just crazy. Elementary school, these little kids, they're not doing anything to her. They're little elementary kids coloring, and they're gonna go there. And she's gonna go there and shoot up these
9 years old, you're in, like, maybe the third. It all depends on your birthday. You're in the third, in the fourth grade. In between third and fourth grade. All depends on your birthday because Daisy's 8 and she's in second, but she's going to be in third. She just turned 8 a couple days ago, so it all depends on your birthday where you what grade you're in. But no matter what, fourth or fifth, you're still a baby, and it still shouldn't happen. And then these workers, they're only there to teach the kids, and
They don't.
have to.
They don't have no self-defense training, nothing like that.
Yeah, so we got to put in place self-defense, like.
That have cops there all the time. There's some, so like I know
High school,
like
have
our
cops.
school and high school, they have police officers
They
there.
have police officers there.
But
every day.
you don't really see police officers in the middle school because you don't. I guess
That's
they don't
not
think
a-
that's gonna
that was
happen.
elementary school.
That's elementary school.
Yeah, that's elementary.
This is an elementary school. They're like, oh man, this is crazy, man.
Yeah, that's elementary.
And it was what was it? What they? I don't know. It was a girl. I don't know. A transgender girl.
Yeah.
Girl.
And it was a private school, so maybe she was I don't know.
Maybe she's getting bullied or something back in the day.
But that was years ago.
So how
She's
you-
28.
Yeah, the funny thing to get bullied back in the day and decide, hey,
And then decided to come back and shoot up the school. Like, that makes
no sense.
makes no sense to me. You know, like, it makes no sense.
Makes no sense. Man. It makes no sense. And I don't know. The one thing I don't understand is how do you just devalue a life, especially little kids. Like, how do you, as a 28-year-old woman, a transgender woman, have this thing in your head where you can come and shoot a 9-year-old a 9-year-old kid and feel nothing. How can you feel that way? That doesn't. How can you get
And I
that?
think they said she had two automatic rifles. Like she had two.
That's just
So like
crazy,
if
man.
they didn't come in and break in, she probably would have kept
She
going.
kept going,
She
because
probably would have kept going.
she just decided that she was done with life. She knows she. I'm telling you, she understood what was gonna happen, and this was just she was just trying to go out in a
What
blaze
is
of
that?
glory. Yeah, yeah. He said, "May the Most High keep them," and I'm praying for the families. Yeah, you gotta pray for them, man,
But then
because
you had that other mass shooting. Wasn't that in almost in the same place where the young man he shot his grandparents, took the car and then went to the school, shot up the school. Like
yeah, they're doing this. And you know what the thing I too listen, like if I don't know if she was living at home. I can't remember if she living at home or she was living by herself. But when these kids go and shoot up kids in the school, I think the parents should be held accountable too, because the parents, they know that their kid is doing something crazy in left field, and has a different thought
and
process and
then
doing some crazy things.
like if you live together and if you live with them, you know they have guns in
You
your
know,
house. You know what's going on in your house.
because
Trust and believe
yeah,
you know what's going on
you
in
know
your
what's
house.
happening.
You know if they got guns. You know if they got weapons. You know if they hurting somebody. You know. You just don't.
Yeah, I think that.
But you have some parents that do come forward and do the right thing and do turn their kids in. You have some parents that do that.
And I believe that if your kid goes to the school and does some mass shooting, you get locked up too, because it's your kid. You should have raised your kid right. You should have
I
been more
mean, but
monitoring your kid right. All that stuff. You know your kid was crazy.
but sometimes raising does not have nothing to do with it. Sometimes you get these spirits that's hopping and they're around these wrong people and they're around these spirits and they don't even know that they picking up these spirits.
You're right
Because
about that.
you can do all you can. You can do everything down to the book. Like you can be the best parent, shield them from outside. You can shield them from doing stupid stuff. You can pray with them. You can lead them. You can do all of that. You can put your whole life on the line because as parents, that's what we tend to do. We put our whole life on the line for our kids. You know, y'all know. And then they still go out there. They do simple stuff. That's why it says train up a child as they, how we say?
Train the child's way they should go, and then they'll come back to it.
Yeah, God already knew that.
So he knows that they're gonna go a little left, and they'll come
Yeah,
back to it
but then sometimes that left goes
all
all
the
the
way
way.
left. Because you know she's true about those spirits. Like, you know, like, listen, in this world, in this day and time, there are spiritual things that are always that are everywhere. We deal with spiritual things on a regular basis. We just don't understand and know it all the time. And sometimes these spiritual things are jumping in these kids from these games, from so the games start desensitizing them. The world starts desensitizing them. The TV starts desensitizing them so that these things aren't being normal. And you know what I noticed about Instagram? Instagram is starting to trying to sensitize people on murder, because they always have these videos that says push this button you want to see it, and now people are
I can't see the
it
comments.
says, I think it comes from kids not having outlets and certain things they
Yep, outlets.
exposed to, like, yep, just see TV and television games. Yep, see, listen,
Outlets. Our minds is a waste of
time.
time.
Yeah, when
I
they don't have
always say
when
that.
they don't have an outlet, they tend to create their own outlet, and the games are desensitizing them, and the TVs are desensitizing them. Yep, no structure in the household. You're right about that. The games, everything desensitizes them to make them think that killing is okay and it's all right. And on Instagram right now, there's a lot of people things coming on there where they have these videos where people are killing people, and you see it all the time. You get used to it. So now it becomes a time where people are getting used to this happening, and kids are coming up with this. You know, like so these there's spiritual things always around us all the time. So now there's transferring spirits. Like spirits can be transferred from anywhere, any given time. And now and you see it over and over again a period of time. That thing gets downloaded into your spirit, into your subconscious, and now this is just normal to you. And now now the enemy plant the seed, and the seed starts to grow, and you think maybe I can do this thing, and now it grows and it's watered. Next you know, you're in the schools doing the shooting and all that stuff, and have no structure in the household. You're right about that. You need structure
And
in the
then,
household.
too, like we're not saying that you can't play video games and you can't do that, but you also have to be mindful of. You got to know your kids.
Yeah, definitely.
you got to know them. You got to know, okay, this game is controlling. Like that remember that 10-year-old that shot his mom because, like, maybe a month or two ago,
Wasn't about over a video game or something?
about she
And
wouldn't
buy
buy
him a
him
video game or
Roblox or
something,
something
yeah.
and a video game. So when he talked to his mom's sister, all he cared about is did they put his games and stuff away? Did they put his iPad away? Is his stuff protected? Like, you have to know, you have to realize. And they said that he was adolescence. He was already doing things that he shouldn't have been doing. So at that time, some people like, okay, well, they're a kid. Is let them be a kid. No,
Yeah.
not in this day and time.
Let it
It's
go.
not let them be a kid.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you're right about that too, where these parents don't feel their kids' energy. They know their child's off. You know what I mean? So my son could literally lie in my face and I don't know. So yeah, you know,
You
like
know.
these parents. That's why I said the parents should be held accountable too, to a certain degree, because they know for a fact their kid is coming in here and with this dark energy and going in the room and saying these crazy things, and some of these parents let them shut up, mom, I hate you, and it's growing and it's just growing. They're planting the seed and letting their kid do whatever they want, and now then they're getting these guns, and they know they probably go in the room and find it. What is this gun about? Get out of my private space, mom, and all that. You know
Like,
what I mean?
you know how many shootings we have around here, like, by little kids shooting little kids?
Yeah, man.
Little kids shooting little kids. Now, we had, like, one of our son's best friend, like, he was 13 when this happened. Now he's 17, so they would be 17 now. 3 people, all over 30,
Yeah.
chased him down and shot him for nothing. For nothing. They still going to trial and all that, but they're threatening, the family's threatening the family because they're showing up, but they talking about they were high.
Yeah, that's what they did.
What spirit was that
To make
to
you.
go?
And they were grown. They were like 20 something.
They were
too.
over 30.
They were
They were
30 something.
30 and over. They were 30 years old.
And they chased down a 13-year-old kid. Just because
on his way to
this
go
was
play.
during COVID time. This was
Soon
during
as
lockdown.
COVID
This was
hit,
during
it was
lockdown.
lockdown. He was going to basketball practice. Shot him up. Like, bad. He didn't even make it out of his. It was so close that they were able to go knock on his mom's door and say, "Your son is out there. He was shot." Like, they didn't even, like, it didn't matter what kid it was. They just wanted to see a kid and shoot him.
Yeah.
Like, what?
You know the one thing was there one I didn't see it was a white or black kid person.
No,
He said-
she was Caucasian.
She was Caucasian. Okay.
Yeah, she looked at Caucasian.
That's what he said. Was it white? He said
Yeah,
not
she
the
looked at
question being
Caucasian.
funny. Was it a white kid or a black
she-
kid? It was white kid.
No, white kid. Which story?
The one.
The mass shooting or
Yeah, the mass shooting.
the one I just told
No,
with
the
my
mass.
son's best
No, the
friend.
mass shooting.
The mass shooting was, she was a Caucasian lady. She's a lady. She was 28 years old. With my son, he's African American, and the people were African Americans, and they just wanted to shoot.
See something? Listen, there is something. There's some spiritual things happening that is calling people to take life. To you take a life. That's a crazy thing. You know what I mean? You literally get out there and decide I'm gonna take a life. You know, that's a spiritual thing.
And then you have one of the highest colleges right now, Temple, like one of
And
the
they keep getting
predominant.
yeah.
Like my news feed every day, shooting. There's so many people got shot at Temple. So many people got shot at Temple. They shot that cop at Temple. Then they had the memorial. They were shooting at the memorial. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Temple's in Philadelphia, PA. And it's a college.
And nowadays,
now you're sending your kids to college and you don't know what's gonna happen. Like, we got kids in college. Like, we got so many kids in college.
yeah, and
We
nowadays,
just did a signing today.
nowadays they can find guns on the street, like it is buying candy or something. You
Going to
can,
the corner store buying candy.
yeah, they shoot anywhere. You can buy.
A
It's just,
bodega if you're from New York, or a Poppy and Mom. Like,
yeah,
it's just there.
it's just crazy, man.
It's there.
Like, you know, you gotta be careful. And that, just you think about these things too. You know, what I mean, you see these parents going through the situation, and we have to find a way. we have to find some way to he said, ask because previous times it's always those people, but we have been targeted. Like we have the problem in our
In our
neighborhoods.
community, yep.
We have issues, but never mass shootings. Yeah, you're right about that. We do have issues, but the mass shootings are 90%.
Last year, how many
It's
was
gonna it's
last
gonna
year?
be,
It was
you know what I
600
mean.
and
It's gonna be different. It's gonna be that type of situation going on. You know what I mean. Last year it was 647 mass shootings. 647 mass shootings in the United States. Now that is crazy. 647 mass shootings in the United States.
so like I'm just like trying to comprehend. So they are they like and then they make a list. These people are making lists. And then they going out.
And they're doing it. You know what I mean? You think about it. These kids are just coming to school, just ready to have a great time and do their thing and go and learn and get ready for society, get ready for the world, get ready to do their thing, get ready to live, get ready to become the future. And then these other people decide they're most of them already they're at their peak of their future or there's something, and they come back to the schools and decide to shoot up kids.
And then like last year football season, not 2020, 2021 into 2022 football season, not 2022 into 2023 football season. We had a game. Well, they had a game at a school, and they opened fire in the game. So the cops shooting back, shoot a 9-year-old and kills her. Well, you know, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say that, y'all don't. But yeah, and then instead of the cop getting in trouble, they blamed the kid.
they added more charges to
Charges
the
to the
kid.
kid.
You know what I mean? But so the cop's reckless endangerment didn't count. They added more charges to the kid.
No.
And you're right, just like the person who went and shot up a church in a supermarket. You know what I mean? It's getting outrageous. It truly is getting
They
outrageous.
just shot up Walmart again.
Yeah.
They
Listen,
just shot up
it's
Walmart again.
I'm telling you, like it is you have to be it's like you have to be careful everywhere you're going
Like
now.
the first like real mass shooting I really understood was, remember the Campbell Soup one, when they went into Campbell Soup
Yeah.
and they did that, and then it was another Sandy Hook.
That was the first one. That's the first school
That
one I
was
thought
another
about.
one that I understood. That's when I was starting to understand, like really.
The ones with the trench coat. Remember the one with the trench coat?
I think that was Sandy
That
Hook.
was Sandy Hook.
And then the one who did the movie theater. Remember he shot up the movie theater. I remember that. Like, and then
But you know,
it
it's
just
funny when
started
the guy shot up the movie theater when the cops took him to Burger King first.
yeah, they took him to Burger King.
Before they took him to jail, they took him to Burger King. That's crazy, man. He shot all the people up and they took him to Burger King.
Wasn't it the Batman movie?
Yeah.
And they want to try to say the Batman movie possessed him, and
Nah, man, he was already thinking
remember,
about that.
yeah, like he
know what I
went
mean?
to the movie theater with the gun.
If you go there and you do a mass shooting, that's gonna happen. They said it might sound crazy, but the dumbest thing they put in schools was setting systems in place for these crimes, and the actual kid in school just soaking everything in. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that too. I feel like that they're feeding information to these kids. They're feeding information to them, so they're thinking about it. Now they're thinking about it. Oh, we do this. We can do this. We
Yep.
can do this. Like, let's try it. Let's see what happens. Like what? And now you getting down like in China. They have a whole like like a cover. Like, did you ever see theirs? Like they have like a cover when they get under their desk. They have like
Oh
something.
yeah, I saw that. Yep.
They have like something that's like bulletproof that like opens up and they go under it.
They go under it for safety, and that, you know. So listen, this is what I think too. Every time that the news advertises and lets us know that there was a mass shooting, it hops. That spirit is there, and some kid who had a little inkling of this thing inside of him knows that happened, and boom, they hopped on that, and now they got the same thing going on. And now that kid just took energy from that shooting, and it's still there. So that spirit doesn't die. The spirit that came upon the person allowed him to do that thing. That spirit didn't die when that person got shot. That spirit just went and moved to the next person and do the same thing. Because why do we continually keep having mass shootings? We keep having the same situation happen over and over again. You know, see, then you have to understand the devil's not doing new tricks. He's doing the same old tricks over and over again. We just have to find a way to stop that same trick from happening. You know what I mean? So he's doing because this school shooting, school shootings, school shootings.
And then now you got this rage where these people are jealous of you and they're taking your lives because they like have it's so many things that has been lives been taken because they're jealous and envious and like what is that about? Like so I can't be me and I can't feel good about myself.
Yeah, people,
I
people
can't
get
feel
yeah.
good about myself. I gotta be
Yes, definitely. You are you. I'm saying, man, Rocky 7490. You are 100% true. It is definitely 100% a demonic spirit. That is exactly what's happening. There's a spiritual wickedness in high places. They're coming down. Technicalities. These are things that we're dealing with. You know, we're trying to figure out how to fight it physically. We still need to have to fight it physically, but spiritually, these things are jumping on us. You know, we're doing this. And spiritual warfare out here. Yeah,
and if
in
you're
all
not
walks of life.
and if
Yeah.
you're not prayed
If
up,
you're not prayed, that's what happens.
if you don't know who he is,
If you don't know
y'all
God,
better get
yeah,
to know him.
this
I'm telling you.
this is very, very turbulent times, and in the midst of this
Right?
turbulent times, we need God. You need God. We need
We
God more
can't
than a
even
little bit.
drink the water. Our water is contaminated.
Yeah.
Like
Somebody
what?
they made a mistake and spilled some contaminants in the
We
in the river in the water supply by
our water
mistake.
supply.
And
They talking about don't wash with it. They talking about don't drink it.
yeah,
Like
and they said
what?
yesterday it was bad. Today they say it's good.
Y'all believe that if y'all want to.
I mean, that's crazy, man.
Y'all believe that if y'all want
We
to.
deal, there's so many things happening that and,
Suicide rate has went up.
everything, yeah.
Suicide rate has went up, and not only in. You know what it went up in that I'm upset about? It went up in kids.
Hmm.
It went up in children. The suicide rate has went up badly in children. Children. And not only that, the drugs. Like these
Yeah.
drugs is taking over.
Toll. It's taking a very big toll.
What?
Yeah.
Like one day my daughter came home and she said it was 6 overdose in one day.
Yeah. I'm telling you, listen.
Like what?
And you know, listen. This what I have a theory too. Listen to this. Now you know how a frog doesn't have a reactive system, right? So like the frog is, if you put a frog in some cold water, and you turn it up slowly, the frog will stay in there and boil to death. But if you put him hot water, he'll jump right out, right? The enemy plays that type of game with us. He started off really slowly by showing us things and desensitizing us to things, desensitizing us to things. He start turning the fire up on us. And then now everything that we fight against, it's starting to become normal. But see, look, you ever turn on the news and they say, oh, there was a shooting here, or somebody got killed here, or somebody got stabbed there. It's like, oh man, that's crazy. And then they move right on to something different. And today it's sunny tomorrow, and we go right past it, and it becomes normal.
That's like because when it comes on my timeline, it comes on so much. Like it comes on my timeline, my feed all day. I just be like, it's
Yeah.
another shooting.
Jim Crow stuff down south. You're right about that, man. Yeah. It's always another shooting. There's always something going on. There's always something happening, but it's happening at such a high rate that we're being desensitized to it. And these new millennium kids are growing up in this situation where it's normal. It's normal to do these things. It's normal to have
And they
guns.
don't
It's
even
normal to shoot.
understand that they're the future. They are
Yeah.
lawyers. They are doctors. The presidents. They are judges. They are contractors. They are our laborers.
Everything.
They are everything. Like
And that's what
if we don't have them, then the world can't survive.
And that's what the enemy's doing. The enemy's trying to destroy the seed, trying to destroy the kids, trying to destroy the future, trying to upset the balance of what's happening. So, and he's using these people he's targeting certain people and putting his seed inside certain people and letting the spirit dwell in these people to the point where it overflows to them, where they come and this act happens. When you see the act happen, it didn't just happen then. It happened a while ago. It was already inside him for a while. Yeah, revelations in the making. Exactly, man. That's exactly what's happening. Exactly what's happening. Man. You're right on the money with that. Man. Exactly. It's revelations in the making. We're living those days. You know what I mean? And it becomes, it's always something. It's always a spiritual battle fighting somewhere. It's always something happening. You see it happening constantly to the point where you get used to it. It starts to be normal. You know, and we can't normalize what shouldn't be normal. We have to understand that these things is outrageous and they're not of God, and we need to figure this thing out because it's going to keep happening. So how do we stop these certain things from continue to happen continuously and constantly? How do we block this? And what's happening too, especially what's happening when a lot of times God's not in the house. We don't always God's not always in the house with everybody. He's not always there.
Nah.
God's not always there. They don't always. People are not preaching God. They're not putting the word in their children. They're not giving their children a foundation of God. They're not doing this thing. And when that happens, then the world, since you don't give them a foundation of God, the world gives them a foundation of the world. And the world says that this thing is normal and that thing is normal and this thing is normal and it's okay to do this and it's okay to do that. And when God said something different, you know what I mean? And it throws us completely off. It throws everything completely off when there's no foundation. When God's not the foundation, the world's a foundation. And when the world's a foundation, any and everything goes. And we can't stop certain things because it's already happening. And there's things in the midst right there. But if we would have just had inserted God into the situation earlier, we could have avoided some of these things and some of these children.
And you know what else too is? They, the devil is in the midst of breaking up homes.
Yes.
He's in the midst of breaking. That's where he dwells. He lives there. Because breaking up homes helps this
Yes.
problem. Breaking up homes helps this problem. Because it's God. Father, mom, kids. Like you need the structure. If you don't have it, and I'm not saying that
We're not following the commandments of God. Like you talk about building the kingdom within. Yeah, you definitely talk about that. Like, yeah. That's exactly what's happening. See, like, listen. So we tend to when we build up the foundation in our kids about who God is and how the kingdom of God is actually working. Some of us
we sugarcoat it.
we sugarcoat it to the point where we're not really giving them the meat and potatoes of who God actually is and how God's operating, how God's moving. And because these kids need to know that God is with them continuously and that they can and so when the enemy is attacking them and telling them to fall into a place of despair and that their life is over with and they should do this and they should do that, it is the word of God that can actually be that we can speak the word of God and they can get the word of God inside them where they would know that's not true. See, what happens is, the enemy has no power over us. He only has power in our ignorance, the things that we do not know. So where God is the light of the world, like knowledge, and enemy is the prince of darkness, where the darkness will mean ignorance. It's in our darkness, in our ignorance, where the enemy has power over us. So when we don't teach our children the light and how to find God, they dwell in the darkness, they dwell in the ignorance, they dwell in what the world tells them. So when we don't say God says this and we don't give them that, then the world says this is okay to do that right there. And then they operate the way the world says to operate. Because the world says, hey, it's okay to run the streets and have sex before you're married as long as you protect yourself. The world says it's okay to
There's so many banners of condoms.
Yeah, it's okay to go do this as long as you do that. If you're gonna do this, that, and the other, do it this way. But the world is leading you differently. The world is trying to he said, I give it to my seed all the way. I just give it in portion so it won't be too much of that.
Yeah.
That's the way you do it. See, that's the way you do it. My man, you got a very, very smart way your intelligence. I understand what you're saying, bro. I like your way of speaking.
We always come up with
Yeah, you got a very, very intelligent way of speaking about the word of God, bro. You know what I mean? Keep doing that, bro. Whether you're here on this live or any platform, wherever you go, don't change that way that you speak, the way you think, because this is what you do is helping people as well, man. You know what I mean? But that's the way you do it. Like, we do that too. Like, listen, so let me tell you how the enemy works. So, we were doing Bible study all the time.
Come on all the time.
Yeah, we used to do Bible study here. We used to do Bible study with our children. You know what I mean? You have to constantly do that thing. You have to constantly, continually feed your children that word of God, because what happens is your children will, if you don't constantly give them the foundation, and you can do it in the way you do it, it's enough so they can digest it. If we don't constantly put that foundation in them, they'll have another foundation. And that foundation will say, hey, listen, just if you're gonna do drugs, just do it in moderation. You'll be fine. If you're gonna run the streets and have sex without being married, just protect yourself and you'll be fine. If you're gonna drink, just drink a lot. Go party, go hard. turn up.
Go hard or go home.
Turn up. You know what I mean? It becomes so easy. Oh, let's go turn up. It becomes so natural. It becomes a thing. See, and the way it works, it is in repetition. See, the enemy is about repetition, giving you the same thing from the world over and over and over again till it's downloaded in your subconscious. And then once it's downloaded in your subconscious, it's there. It's there whether you know it or not. It's there. You listen to something over and over and over again, it becomes a part of you. That's why the Bible talks about be careful the things that you listen to and hear and all that stuff, and protect your arrogance and all that stuff. Because you do it over and over again, it becomes a part of you, whether you know it or not. You whatever you eat, you become. And so with the word, the kids are it says, thanks, bro. I also have a mind, and that word says, our people are stiff necked, so it's spread out, loved, and yeah, you're right about that, right? You tell them certain things they don't want to hear. They got their own way of thinking about it. You know what I mean? Like some people come up with a stronghold in their lives where they were raised a certain way that they
And
can't.
got walls.
They got walls up where they can't hear you. They can't hear the word of God. And here's a problem too. People have painted God in a certain way that sometimes people don't want to hear it that way. They don't want to hear it because they painted God in a
I
different
remember I
form.
was on a live like a couple of days ago because I go live with one of my friends, and we were talking about free will. And the one lady was in we call it the basement, the comments, the basement. We just play around, but she was in the comments, and she was like, "Y'all putting too much on the devil. Y'all giving the devil too much power." But I'm not. I'm saying you have free will to choose. You have free will to choose. So the devil is playing a part, but God still gave you free will to say if you're going to do it or not, because the same free will that he has, I have. So if I choose to do something and he doesn't, and the devil whispered in both our ears, that means that he doesn't have all the power. We have our own power. God gave us authority. So free will is free will. And she's like, it's no higher power, and God is a woman, and
Oh, that was her, yeah.
she's a woman, and she's not this. And then she named herself. What did she name? What was her name?
Some type of entity or something.
Yeah, she was like
Deity.
deity. Yeah, she named herself deity, and I'm like, and then the guy's asking her, well, why did you name yourself that? She was like, because I'm a goddess, I'm a god, and she said the big G, and
Yeah.
it just went
See,
left.
you
Like,
have these people who are complete out of line, and they go around spreading their spirit and their seed to see who will take. You know how the devil said that he's going throughout the world, seeing, go through and fro to see who he may devour. See, these people, that's what's happening. He's forming these same things, making these people be sort of evangelists for the enemy. He said, I think the problem is that people don't trust the man, trust man in the Bible written by man. Essentially, nobody believes it, but
yeah.
knows that God becomes. Yeah, you're right about that. That becomes a problem too. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what
that was
happens.
another argument. So, who told y'all the Bible was even a real Bible and it's
Yeah.
a real book, and it's a being of a being of a being. Like we're
Mhm.
atoms. She said we were atoms created by atoms. She
With the
said,
T, A-T-O.
yes, she was saying Adam was not really made of the earth, and Adam wasn't that. She said we were atoms, like atoms from the like. It was getting. I had to be like,
See?
okay, you know what? I'm coming
Yeah,
down because
that's what happens.
you not putting that stuff in my brain.
It's in the darkness, in the ignorance, in the place of unknowing where the enemy can get you. So she dwelt in that place for such a long period of time that it became her philosophy, and now it's a part of her being. It's a part of her makeup. Her philosophy is that, and it's very hard to unroot and unhinge someone's philosophy. Her philosophy is that she believes that God is a woman, and she believes that she's
She was
God,
made of an
and she believes
atom.
that she believes all these things. But it's a very very terrible thing for her. I mean, it's a shame too because
And she's
God is so
teaching her
much.
sons
She
this.
see and she what she's doing.
She has three sons.
She's
Like
giving them a
it
foundation of
was,
that.
and I'm like,
Yeah, she's giving them a foundation of that.
okay.
You know what I mean? And now her children will go out there and try
And
and do the
nobody
same
went.
thing. But then it become the responsibility of people who do understand to actually spread that word and understand. But the one thing that happens is people paint God in such a fashion that people that What I said, yeah, if you only knew my life, yeah, see, like, people, yeah, I understand that part. People go through a lot of things. People don't always look like what they've been through. That's the one thing I understand. People don't always look like what they've been through. People can
Cause
go through a
we
lot of
got a
things. Man, you won't understand a certain thing that we went through. We went through some really, the Bible speaks of man changing everything. So I say to her, how could she believe in Adams? That man wrote the book, but not the one. Yeah, you're right about that. Yeah, you're right about that, man. But let me tell you something, bro. Listen, people don't always look like what they've been through, bro. Like we see, like we have put God has taken us through the test. We have been in the valley. We have valley experiences that showed us that we praise God in the valley, and God will bring you to the top. We have experiences that God took us through a lot of things, and we thought this was the end, but God brought us back to the top. Let me
First
give
of
you a
all,
testimony. Listen,
God don't want you to be content. If you ever get content,
he's
going to
gonna,
shake it up.
yeah. You don't want you to get stuck and stagnant in your comfort zone.
Because he's going to shake it up, because that means that you're not doing his will.
You're gonna stay
You're
right
not
still
going to
here.
do what he
You're gonna be
wants
content
you
and
to
smooth.
do. And contentness,
He will push you to you. If you
he will
stop
boot
moving
you up like
and
a
you get
tree.
stagnant and you decide I'm comfortable here. You know what, God? I know you want me to get to the mountaintop, but I'm comfortable here at the half peak looking at the mountaintop. God will
I can
push you
see it.
around. I'm good, God. I can see it. I'm cool, God. I'm cool. Let me get my comfort zone. He push you out. But let me tell you something. Listen. So we were content. We had a 2-bedroom house. 2 bedroom.
No.
That was only
Two.
it was only two in there. It was a 2-bedroom house, and we were buying a property, right? They tell us being of the year is January. It's yeah. Oh yeah, I understand that part. How could you begin? Listen, so we had a 2-bedroom house.
You talking about my birthday month?
Yeah, he said that. He told me, listen, we had a 2-bedroom house, right? And we were in this 2-bedroom house, and our kids were growing. Our family, like me and my wife, we have a lot of children, but our children were growing. We were starting to formulate the Brady Bunch, right? But we were
No, the Brady Bunch was
formulated,
and we was adding
we were
on
adding
to the
to it
Brady Bunch.
in a 2-bedroom house, but we were content.
Content.
We knew we needed to move, but we were content. We were happy there. It was what it was.
Because we were buying it.
We were buying it. So we like, hey, this is ours. We
This is
good.
our first property.
We good. We gonna chill right here.
We bought the house next door.
Yeah, so we was good.
We was good.
You know what I mean? So but what happened is we were buying this. Listen, so let me tell you. So whenever me and my wife get on a page and we touch and agree on something, it happens. We had an idea. We said we saw this program said, hey, you can buy properties with no money down. So we said, that's what we're gonna do. We studied the project, studied the book, bought the first house, no money down. Bought the second house, no money down. We had a property, but what happened is we bought the property on something called a wraparound mortgage. The wraparound mortgage meant that he paid the mortgage, we paid him until we got to a certain thing. We had one balloon payment and paid completely off. But what was happening is we were paying him, he wasn't paying. He was keeping the money, not paying the mortgage. So after a period of time, it got into a foreclosure situation. And
they happened to send the mail to us.
They would send the mail to us when we found out. So we said, we're not gonna pay this guy anymore. Then we're gonna get this thing situated right. So what happened? We got lawyers and everything. So he was going back dooring us and all that stuff, trying to get his doors dirty and everything like that. And we
going
just
through the city.
Everything he can possibly do to uproot us. Everything he can possibly do. So listen to how God moves. This I'm telling you.
Back to school.
Listen, this is how God moves. So we're driving in a car, and there's a commercial. We happen to be in a car, and there's a commercial that says there's a back to school event in Philly. You bring your children here. We're gonna do their hair. We're gonna do the girls' hair, and we're gonna cut the boys' hair, and we're gonna do it completely for free.
And they was gonna get sneakers.
And they will give you stuff, book bags, all this kind of stuff.
Book bags,
sneakers, everything.
Yeah.
So, and it was on a certain day. Let's say it's on a Tuesday.
It was on a Saturday.
It's on a Saturday.
I remember this.
So it's gonna be on a Saturday. So we're gonna do this thing on a Saturday. So okay, cool. And it's happening at about 10 o'clock in the morning. So we're gonna get up at 8:30 so we get there early. So we get up 8:30 and God moves us, takes us there, 8:30 we're going. So about 9 o'clock, the guy does some backdoor thing with some people from the city.
Like he's watching us.
Yeah.
He's watching the house.
So he backdoor thing with the city, brings the city people in there, does some things, and he brings.
No, he tears the house apart. Remember, he like breaks down the walls.
Yeah, he does some things, and so he brings these people in there, and it causes the city people to come to the property. when the city comes to the property and all the people come to the property, they bring DIFUS, they bring like CYS with them too.
CYS.
They bring CYS with them too.
Children and Youth Services.
Yep.
I know because some people is different
Yeah.
everywhere. So
Children and
Children
Youth
Services.
So it brings these people, Children and Youth Services, everybody with them too. And it's and now they're trying to do us completely dirty. So now, while we're away, the neighbor calls, hey, listen, this happened. CYS came to you, and this happened, and all those people come to you, and all these things happening to you. And he says that the cops is there. They're taking your TV.
They're taking everything out of our house.
They're basically, since what he did, they're trying to condemn your property. You no longer have a place to stay now, and they're trying to get your children. But if we'd have been there at that time, in that moment, CYS people would have came and took our children because they would believe they what he did to the property when we was going. You know what I mean? But God moved us. Now listen, now we're about to enter into our valley experience. Because prior to this,
but before, when we came back, remember she called our phone. She said, "We need to see your kids."
Yeah, she said we need to see your kids.
She said we need to see your kids.
Mm-hmm.
So when we came from Philly, we had to go straight to the CYS building.
Let them see our kids.
Let them see our kids. They had to look on their bodies. They had to talk to them privately. Mm-hmm. Like, it was crazy.
And now she's like, we gotta. Where do you live? You got a certain amount of time to do this, that, and the other. So listen. So now we're entering into a valley experience because now we go from having a house to being homeless.
With
our kids, my little brother.
Yeah.
Our kids and my little brother. Yeah.
No, Destiny, Rodney.
So my niece, my nephew.
We didn't have baby. No, we had baby. So everybody but Daisy and Buddy.
So we got like 7 kids. 9 kids maybe.
No, but Destiny, Rodney, Little Man, TJ.
We had about 9 or 10 kids with us. Homeless now. So we got nowhere. We just got our truck, and now our business equipment is in there.
Because we
do parties. Our business equipment is in there. Now we are so proud over this 150-inch TV. It is our pride and joy, man. We don't even cut that thing off. It is our pride and joy 50-inch TV in there. So now we're going now. We lost everything. Everything you can think about is lost. Moon bouncers, characters,
cotton candy machines, popcorn machines.
Lost.
They didn't take
clothes.
Let me tell you, my whole thing was, I hope they didn't take my bag of pictures because they are memories. Mm-hmm. They're your kids. Like, you got pictures of your kids. I'm like, oh, I hope my kids' pictures is still in there. Mm-hmm. They didn't take my kids' pictures, but they did take majority of the stuff.
Everything. So now we're in our valley experience. We got nowhere to go.
Nope.
We lost everything. We got no home. We're in a car, just a car with 9 kids. So we end up going to my brother's house out in Jersey, but and we're there for.
It's a storm coming.
The hurricane is coming.
It was like this big hurricane.
And so it's coming. The next day, the hurricane is coming.
Yeah, the next day.
So now it's happening. Listen. So now I'm doing everything to find a place. So First, First thing I do, I call a friend of mine who owns property. He said these accounts weird. Someone playing with you guys. I don't know. But listen. First thing I do is we call my little brother. We call my brother. We go to his house, right? And
I can't breathe. I got asthma bad.
Yep.
And they got
dogs. So listen.
I can't breathe, but I have to take.
You gotta take it. You gotta go there
because
we got nowhere to
go.
go.
Got nowhere to go.
So first thing we do, we call my little brother, and we go to
New Jersey.
New Jersey.
We in PA. We live in PA.
Now, so I call a friend of mine who owns properties, and I say, listen,
can we rent?
Can we rent your property?
He said
yes. So I'm like, cool. We have to be cool.
But because of what they did to the house, the city said, don't let them rent your house because they
destroyed this house. But we didn't
do it.
He did that to the house.
So our friend, he's still our friend because
go be cool with him.
You can't
because what he thinks
is his. Yeah. It's not ours, so it is what it is.
Yeah. So now now we go. He said meet me at 1:00 at this property.
Don't show up.
He doesn't show up, and the storm is coming. I'm calling. He don't answer the phone.
Him. I'm like, come, you gotta get out that storm.
Yeah, but I'm not looking for a house still. The storm is coming.
So then we find the other people.
Oh
that was still in houses. They were still in houses.
They were finding abandoned properties, renting them out. They were finding
abandoned properties and renting them out.
So they said we're gonna rent you the property too.
Yeah.
And we go to him to get the property, and right before we get ready to sign a lease, they say no. You can't get the property because the city said not to rent to y'all.
Yeah.
What? They can't. And we need this property for our kids.
I'm about to go to the city and tear it
Yeah,
up.
because we about to run out of time. Because CYS is telling us that we got to have a house by a certain period of time, or this thing's gonna go left field, right? So now, me, my son, and my little brother is riding around the city trying to look for a house for rent. So we come to we driving down the street and my little brother like my brother was my son was like, oh, look over there. He saw these little girls on the step or something like that. He's like, oh, look, right next to him is a house for rent. Go, Dad, go look at the house for rent. And me and TJ gonna try to talk to these little girls. I'm like, okay. So I said, this is a big house, man. You know what I mean? So I saw it and I called it. I looked at the number. We called a number. And
But we still got money tied up in the other guy.
yeah,
He still has our check,
a money order
our money order.
for like. No matter of fact, we got a money order for $500. We got a money.
We
Like
had to
money.
put
We got
down-
money for like $900, but
Yeah.
it's drawn out to another company.
To another company.
We talked to the guy. I called a guy who's renting that property, and I said, listen, how much you renting the property for? He says $900. No, $950. $950.
Yeah, $950.
But he wants first month's rent and security. So he wants $1,900, but we only have $950. So I talked to the guy. I talked to him. I said, listen, man, we're in a situation. I'm wondering, are you willing to take the $950 and allow us to rent the property still? And he says, and pay the other money in installments. So he says, yes, you can rent the property for $950 down, and you pay me in installments. So he's gonna make our payments $50 a month extra. We're gonna be paying $1,000 a month to live in this property. So we go to him and it works out. I said, listen, I got this money order.
Wait, we got to go through the storm.
Oh yeah, first
That
the storm is
was
happening.
Terrible.
It's tearing up everything.
We had the hover in the basement.
It's tearing up
all
everything.
that.
It's tearing up everything. That storm is tearing up everything. But we're even with that hurricane is tearing up everything.
I can't remember what hurricane it was.
But it took us 3 days. We're in the midst of 3 days homeless. We went from having everything and then being content to being homeless. So now 3 days later, we got a house, and the guy's allowing us to stay there. He's allowing us to get his property. He's allowing us coming in with $950. So God opens the door for this property, $950. God opens the door for this property, $950. We can come in there. So we're in this property now, and the guy takes it, and so in a matter of months, no, not even a month. 1 month later, something happened with the guy.
Yeah, he was doing fraud.
He was doing
He was
something.
like a some landlord.
He was slum landlord.
Something he was
Something.
happening.
So he had a loan from somebody.
He got arrested.
He got arrested. They took all of his properties, and
the angels. They
an
called
angel
the
investor took over the property. So
they were literally called the angels.
it's just funny. The
They
angel.
were called the angels investments.
Here we are praying to God every day. Lord, help us, God. If it's your will, God, move on our behalf. Help us do this thing. Angels investors take over the property.
And they text us and they say,
How much
was your rent?
Yeah, they ask us. How much you been paying
How much
rent?
you been paying for rent?
And what I'm gonna say, $950. I said, we pay $600. So they lower our rent from $950 to $600.
Well, $1,000.
Yeah,
$1,000
to $600. So now our rent went from $1,000 to $600, and then
And you know the angel investors only keep the property
For a period of
so
time,
long, for like
they-
2 or 3 months.
they give it to sell to
and then they
somebody.
sell it to somebody else.
So-
and then we got another landlord, and she was amazing.
we still paying $600 a
Still
month.
paying $600.
So we got
And
the
this
property.
this house had 6
6
bedrooms.
rooms. So think
6
about listen.
bedrooms.
So what God did is listen. He moved us from our contentness of 2 bedrooms to 6 bedrooms, and we had one 50-inch TV that we were so proud of. And now God, that we lost all of that, but God replaced it and put TVs in every room.
everywhere.
We had so many TVs that we had 2 or 3 TVs in the living room that we just
And
called
we
the
called
game
the
room.
game room for the kids.
You know what I mean? And we lost one moon bounce.
And we got
God
mad
gave us
moon
a whole
bounces.
bunch
We
of
got
moon
mad
bounces.
costumes.
We had one costume we lost. God gave us a lot of costumes.
And that lady came to the house one time. Closed
Never
it.
saw her again.
Never seen her again.
And then here's the kicker though. We went from that house over there that was ours that we thought we lost, and now
we was buying it.
we were buying it. Now if we would have gotten to my friend's house, it wouldn't have went this way.
Or got into the other
If we'd have
house.
got to the other house, it wouldn't have went that way. But because we got into this house, the lady that was on the property decided that she was going to sell us the
Because she
property.
loved us.
She loved us so much.
She supported when we our kids played football. So every year they would win. They would go to Florida. When she found out, she sponsored our kids to go to Florida.
She gave us $2,000 to go to
And
Florida.
then told us not to pay the rent for 2 months.
$2,000 she gave us to go to. Look at God, man. He put us lining you up right in the right positions. So we get in a position where we now own this property, ladies. You know how much? Oh, you know how much she sold us the property for?
That's crazy. $2,000.
$2,000.
The same $2,000 she gave us.
She sold us a 6-bedroom house
With a back room that like we just turned into
to a movie room. A 6-bedroom house for $2,000.
And then God just don't bless you.
He blesses everyone connected to you.
So she owned like most of the houses.
She owned like the row.
The whole row. And everybody on the row, she sold
the house
houses
to them. See, what happens is the blessings were, it was spreading like a wildfire. Since they were connected to us, they got blessed as well. 6-bedroom house, $2,000. But that wasn't it. So listen. If God didn't move us, we'd have been content inside of the 2-bedroom house. And then peep this out. So later on, so we moved from that property and became a rental property, and we moved to a new property. And when we moved to a new property, we were going through some ups and downs and situations with this new car that we got. They was charging a really lot of money for this new car, and we had it for a while. But then one time,
yeah, we had the car for like 5 years.
Yeah, like 5 years, and we still was paying on that thing. And then and then we fell back on the payments, and like they do, they don't care you paying up 5-6 years. Come back, the car's gone. So listen, so here's what happened. So now, I know personally the car is gone, but I haven't told her yet. I'm downstairs trying to figure out how we're gonna make these things happen.
But I noticed he's
how I'm gonna move.
I know when
how it's gonna happen. What's gonna go on? Oh, even between situation too. Yeah, I'm telling you. But listen, guys.
If you want to come up and tell your story,
you can come up and tell your story. Listen, guys. This. You see, virality right there. He can help you out with a lot of stuff, guys. He's amazing.
Yeah, please.
But listen, if you want to come up and tell your story, man, just do the thing. We'll bring you. Come up and tell your story. Cause let me tell you, so God moves in amazing ways. When you are in your contentness, it's always built for better. God moves you, transitions you from one place to the other, but it's always built for better. And in the midst of your movement, in the midst of your situation, it feels like a storm. It feels like everything is falling against you. It feels like the world is on your shoulders. But God can see further than we can see. So when in the midst of your storm, God has a plan for better, and we fight that thing. So we lost the car.
And I know. Let me tell you on my side. So he takes the kids to school. Our kids, most of them don't ride the bus. They spoiled. So he takes them to school, but then when he comes back, he doesn't come back upstairs to me. He normally comes upstairs. You hungry? You want something? You need something? He doesn't come upstairs, but I can hear him pasting. I know if he's overeating or pasting, there's something going on. If he's eating a lot and pasting, something's going on. I come downstairs and I'm like, "What's wrong with you?" And when I come down, he hops on the couch.
Yeah.
But he doesn't know that I know he hops on the couch. So he hops on the couch and lays back with his leg up like he chilling. Yeah. And he cool. And I'm like, "What's going on? What's wrong?" And he like, "They took the car."
Yeah, they took the car.
But in my brain, I'm like, the car was breaking down.
Yeah, it was.
The car was
It was starting to break down.
The wheel alignment wasn't right.
It was starting to break down.
It
A
was
lot of stuff happening.
But we were content because it was taking us from A to B.
That's all we needed to be.
So we were content, and it was a nice thing.
Car.
It was nice.
It just
TVs,
was messing up.
All that.
It was messing up.
It was nice, but it just wasn't right. It just wasn't good.
And yeah, let me tell you. Listen.
And 2 days later, we was at the auction, and we came home with
3 cars. Let me tell you, listen.
We had to go get our kids from school to help drive us home.
Yeah, let me tell you, listen. Let me tell you something, listen. I was in a place, and here I am. Here I am, the preacher guy. I understand the word, right? I understand a lot of stuff, but I was in a place of despair in my mind. And when she came down there, when she came down there, oh, he said, "I'm telling you, bro, God has plans for you. God's gonna move. He never gonna leave you down. He's never gonna leave you stranded. He's gonna open up doors. He's gonna give you more than what you lost. It's always a transition. It's always about building you up. In this life, you really never lose. You transition and you learn, and you get bigger and better, but you don't lose. And what happened is, so in the midst of me going through situations and that I'm feeling that thing and I'm down and out, she came down and she left. We touched and agreed on what was gonna happen because she said, "Don't worry about it. God got something bigger for us." I knew he. I
And
stood.
we just went to the market. We had
Yeah,
food in the
we had everything we
refrigerator.
needed.
Like,
She said, "What do we need? We got.
what do we need? The schools are around the corner.
And that touching and agreeing and that thing that she did, it just completely lifted everything. I touched and agreed with her, and God used her and me together to touch and agree and lift the burdens off my chest. And now we were in the midst of touching and agreeing. Because remember, the Bible says, if any two touch and agree, you can have whatever you ask for. We touch and agree, asking for a car. One, God. We said, can we get a car, God? And God said, sure, I got you. A couple days later, 3 cars. We had to line them up. Yo, come help me drive these
and
cars.
people were complaining, y'all can't park all them cars because we live in like
It was a beautiful
community.
complaint.
We live in a community, so I don't know how many parking spaces you get.
I don't know.
We
took them all. We took every one. But it was a beautiful complaint. Oh, you're complaining about all 3 of our cars? Okay, cool.
We gave our son one.
Yeah, and we drive.
Listen, his car just broke. No, he got in an accident.
Yeah.
Somebody hit his
That
car.
was years, though.
But he had his car for
years.
He got it in 11th grade, 12th grade, 11th grade.
It was years. I'm telling you, listen.
He's
listen.
a junior in college.
Let me tell you, man. Listen, it is.
But he's waiting on his check.
It is an amazing thing to see God pull you out of your valley experience and put you on a mountaintop. The blessings are not going to happen at the top of the mountain. The blessing will happen in the valley. It is in your valley experience that that you figure out who you are and what's going on, what's happening to you. It's your valley experience that will bring you to a place of understanding what God is actually doing for you. Because He pulled us out. I'm telling you, God moved on our behalf like never before. And we always, and then it put us in a position where we know that you're not going to just come and do anything to us or say anything to us or operate against. You're not going to, because God has favored us. You can if you choose to, but
don't be mad about the repercussions.
Yeah, don't mess up your future trying to mess with us.
It's really like we play because we say it because we've seen it happen.
We see it happen so many times.
Like, not saying that God does things to
hurt nobody. No,
we're not saying that. We're saying like, so one time we had somebody who was gonna rent our house. Now they don't want to rent our house. Yeah. But then we got 2 renters. Like, things like that. Or somebody said they were going to do a party because we do parties. So now they canceled the party. Now we got 3 parties. 3 parties. You know what I'm saying? We're saying like that. So, like, what's for us is for us.
We never lose.
What's for you is for you. Like, nobody can't take nothing away from you. Not even if you out there doing whatever you want to do. Like, God is still going to show you that this is the way. And then I learned this a couple, like last week. Don't get content only on praising God when He does it. Praise God all the time. Don't just praise Him when you need Him or when He does it. Don't get used to doing it like that. Always. I always have a praise.
Because anybody and everybody can have an awesome time praising God when you're winning. When you're on the top of the mountain, when your God's doing good, when everything's good, when the money's flowing in and the sunshine is there, you're fighting the rainbows in your eyes and everything is popcorn and candy. You got an awesome time praising God then. But when you praise God in the midst of your valley experience, when things are not going the way you thought they would go, when things are shaking up, when the enemy's trying to come in your house, when you praise God then, when you praise God when your situation doesn't seem the way you wanted, when it doesn't seem the way you wanted to go, that's when you praise God. See, and that's when God feels your praise the most. When your praise is more sincere, because you're praising God in the midst of what is, in the midst of what you're going through. You understand? So listen, I'm telling you.
And when you're not going through.
Yeah, when you're not. Yeah.
And then when like you can't get out of the bed, because sometimes, let me tell you something. I know depression is a spirit. It's a spirit, and it's a heavy demonic spirit. Depression and anxiety is a heavy demonic spirit. I know because I go through it. It's not I it's not my depression, my anxiety. I know a lot. I hear a lot of people say my depression, my anxiety. No, it's not. It's something that I go through and I battle and me and God fights for me all the time. But in the midst of that depression, in the midst of me, because it's such of a hold of a spirit that it holds you down in that bed. Like I can't, like literally can't get out the bed. Like I be having to go to the bathroom, and I literally have to, like, push just to get up to go to the bathroom, just to get up to do something. So like, even in the midst of that, I had to learn to say, okay, come on, God. And I just be like, God, you got this, you got this, I got this, I got this. God, you know what I need. You know how to help me. You know how to get me out of this. Because it can jump on you. And it's so many triggers. It's so many triggers. Like, you got to know your triggers. And sometimes you're not going to know all your triggers. But you have certain triggers that's going to, like, and you just gotta be able to have somebody there with you that's gonna pray. Like when I go through anxiety, like he's there. He like takes my anxiety. Like I can't explain it. Like my son does too, buddy. Like he understands when I'm going through anxiety. He like grab my face or like sometimes it's so bad that I can't walk outside my door. I can't go outside my door and I have to pray and I have to keep praying and I'm inside the store and I feel like I'm about to just and I love to go in the store. Give me a warm bucket at Target.
Yeah, she do. Yeah, she loves the stores. Loves it.
Give me a Bath and Body Works or
Listen,
Victoria's Secret.
we don't go. If we go in a store, we always gotta push a cart whether we got kids or not.
Give me a Bath and Body Works. Like so, and I can and I will. He would be. He would try to. He knows when. Cause you know you've been 23 years, almost 24 years in the game. You know when somebody's not right, and he's like, "Do you want to go to the store?" No, and I just like, and it feels like I'm sunk in the bed. Like I know I'm not really sunk in the bed, but it feels like I'm sunk in the bed. And a lot of people don't talk about it because a lot of African Americans like is just what it is. Oh, we don't talk about that. We don't go through depression. We don't go through anxiety. We don't have that. But that is a lie, and stop doing that. Because you're not helping anybody. You're making it worse.
Worse.
You're making it
people
worse.
Gonna deal with it in the darkness, and it's not a place to deal with
darkness, and by yourself in that darkness is the worst thing to have. Like by yourself in the darkness is the worst. Like being in the dark by yourself is the worst. And then it's certain triggers, like certain things that I can think of, certain smells, like certain smells, certain things that you say, it can just knock me off, and it's just like that, like that. But I just pray, I praise, and I got that saying where, come on, God, I got this, 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 I got this.
It is awesome.
I gotta keep saying, I got this, I got this, I got this, I got this, I got this. To the point where, like, the anxiety gets to the point where, I don't know, some people have anxiety, like, where you can't go to sleep. Like, I'm up constantly all night long. And then I'll get, like maybe, like, 2 or 3 days, I'll sleep. And then I'll get sleep. And then all night long again. Because I'm scared to go to sleep. Like, it's just, I'm not going to say it's stupid, but it's just like simple things that if we talk about it and if we help each other, then it would be helpful for everybody else. So as me, I'm going to start. Like this little podcast is the beginning of what we're going to be bringing to you all about 3 days a week. Three days a week. We're going to bring it to y'all because nobody brought it to us. Nobody, like, I was 17, he was 21. So nobody brought it to us. We just jumped in and we just was living and floating and swimming and fighting and arguing and figuring it out. And it takes a toll. And if you don't bring it, and it's not all glitz and glam. All that, oh, being so loved. Oh, I love him. But sometimes I wanna. So you know what I'm saying. So
Yeah.
like this is gonna be the realest thing you can ever get.
Everything
Like
completely
everything's gonna be
100%.
100% real. We're gonna put our whole lives on the line. Like nobody can tell my story better than me. Nobody. So y'all can try to tell my story, but you're gonna leave out stuff because you don't know my story. Only God,
Like you wouldn't
Him, my kids,
you wouldn't know half the
half
things
the
we went
stuff the
through.
kids don't even know.
Half the stuff too. Like
They don't know.
we've
They
climbed
think we the
hills.
richest people in the
We
world.
climbed some hills on top of hills on top of hills on top of hills, and you learn that if it had not been for God there, if it had not been for the Word of God, but we was paying we used to be we used to go to like so. I knew the word, and I got lost, and I got myself in a situation where I was completely lost, and it made me pay a price, and then I came back, and she like, listen, we're going to this church right here. So Sunday, get ready. We're going here. I'm like, oh man, I don't want to go to this
He was
church. But
going.
I said,
He
all right.
left me.
I said, okay, cool. We're going to this church.
It wasn't by choice. He ain't leave me by choice.
No. Sometimes you mess up and things
Sometimes
happen.
you mess up and people take you.
Yeah.
Y'all know what we mean.
You get kidnapped and go on forced vacations.
That's what I tell the kids. He on vacation.
It's a forced vacation that I did not want to go on. And every day I'm like, you know what? This vacation is done. I want to get out of this vacation. It's not a vacation I want to be on anymore.
So me and his sister, cause I'm from PA, he's from Jersey. He kidnapped me and brought me to Jersey, so I didn't know
So
nobody.
she says.
It's statute of limitation, like. It's 23 years later.
So
statute
she
of
said.
limitation.
So she said.
Like they can't try you.
So
So I'm like, I don't know nobody. So his sister, me and his sister became best friends like this. And so she was staying. I'm like, I had kids. We had kids, and he's gone. And we had a church at the corner. We had two churches, one here, one here, and the laziness made us go to this one.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, because that walk was further than this walk.
But I'm telling you, it's God. God's choosing this. God's moving on their behalf.
And when he came home, I think he came home like a Thursday. I bailed him out like a Thursday. Well, I picked him up from the airport.
From the airport for my vacation.
On a Thursday. And
I was suntanned and all that.
Yeah. And then I was like, look, we going down
this
here
church right
to
here.
this church right here. I don't care what you say.
We going
to
be ready.
this church. I was raised in the church. He was raised in the church. So it's no reason for us not to go back.
But remember that he's a raised child. As she go, they'll come back to it. I was one of those kids that was already out of it and had to come back to it.
We were all like, and then I was Mormon then. Remember?
Yeah, she was something different.
I was Mormon because that's what my household was. If he wasn't Mormon, then you didn't. You had to go. You had to go bye-bye. So I was Mormon. I mean, I liked it. I wasn't no complaints. But he was like, you what? When I first met him, he was like, you what? And we would go to church, and he would stay in the house. He would stay at the house.
I wasn't going there.
He wasn't going. So then I moved out. I moved with him, 17, 18 now. I'm 18 now. Moved with him. He waited till I was 18. Moved with him.
She looked at me like that for She said,
matter of fact, he waited till I was 18 to come see me.
Yeah.
We started talking on the phone when I was 17. We met online. So our podcast is going to be amazing. We're going to have a lot of topics.
Yeah.
We're going to talk the realness. We're going to give you the
all.
nitty gritty,
You're gonna
the
get it
fights.
all.
You're going to hear about the fights,
Yes.
the cuts, the stabs.
There was some of those.
I'm not hyping this up. The cuts, the stabs,
There was
the
some of
bikes
those.
being thrown down the steps at him.
That did happen. And yo, and the bike throwing changed up one of our sons' lives forever. You need to know about
changed.
this. He's changed up forever.
He changed.
Listen, because of the bike throwing, our son does not like African American girls.
No. Mandy Man. Yeah. You like African American girls now? You can be honest. Do you like African American girls? Yeah. See, he changed this year.
this year.
You're not scared of them no more, right? Oh, Alana, what did you just say?
See.
That was Alana? But we got another son that is in the middle. He don't know.
Because he's just being on the safe side.
Yeah, he's in the middle. But yeah,
And
bike's been thrown.
there was some mics being thrown.
A knife, like.
Yes, I remember that. Sometimes it got out of my dream. It's just a dream. Sometimes.
Yeah, so it's a lot. It's a lot.
You're gonna go on a roller coaster ride with us.
It's gonna be like.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome.
And you're gonna like it. You're gonna enjoy it. You're gonna want to keep up with it. Every episode, you're gonna want to see this next episode because
we're gonna tell you the real on the real for the real what happened.
Yeah.
Because there was a lot.
Keep it 100%.
Yeah. See that one X-Men man right there? He's the one that does not like black girls because he saw a bike get thrown at his dad one day.
No, he said it because the knife.
Oh, he saw the knife too? He told me it was the bike.
Man, is the bike or the knife?
Ask him, he's right there. He can tell you.
Was it the bike or the knife? Write it in the chat.
It was the bike.
What he say?
After the bike, he's like, you know what? Black girls? No.
And he said his sisters are mean.
Yeah, he was around a bunch of...
he said his sisters are mean too. He said so. What he say?
He's saying...
Man, the bike or the knife? Oh, and then I bought a taser like 2 weeks ago, but he don't like it.
Just don't read. He's look at the knife. Oh my goodness.
I told you.
He was there for that.
They always there. It was Diamond's birthday. And Daisy was in the car seat. No. Was Daisy in the car seat or Buddy was in the car seat? No, Buddy was in the car seat and they were holding Daisy. And I took that knife and I put it in his chest. And I used to be a breaker. I used to break.
See that? Now, officer, I had you on there. I had you on there for a reason, officer. I had you on there for a reason. I told you it would come up. You can send him now. You can send him. You can bring him in now. Come on, move in now. Come on.
No, but yeah, but it was crazy.
Yeah.
We've been through a lot.
Yeah, she was a breaker.
I was a breaker. I would break anything.
I was like, oh, I love these headphones so much. Oh, they're like my babies.
But I replaced them.
Like
and I bought you a better one.
They're like my babies. Oh. Correct.
I said. So, it's going to be a journey.
You're going to love this podcast. You're going to hear things you never heard before.
And we're going to keep it all the way 100.
You're going to see a lot of stuff. Going through there.
All the way 100. All the way 100. No holdbacks.
You're going to love it.
And we're not going to just tell you the good stuff. Like, no, we're going to tell you everything.
There's a lot of things that happen.
And we're going to give you advice. Like, I can tell you, don't stab nobody now.
I'll tell you to stab people.
I can tell you it's not good to stab people.
Yeah,
what is that?
It says all people should be like you. Yeah, I'm telling you. That? I don't know. Peace and love. Yeah, I'm telling you.
Listen, I know right now, don't stab nobody.
And I knew then.
But nobody told me.
I told her.
No, you didn't.
I was like, yes, deeper with the knife, please.
You didn't move.
I didn't think it was going to go down, but look.
What, you thought I was just playing?
Yeah, and behold, it was going down. I'm like, man, she ain't going to do nothing with that.
And now I know not.
He said, damn, should I throw away to stab people? Yes!
What did he say?
He said, should I throw away my to stab people list? Yes!
Yeah.
Throw your to stab people list away. I'm telling you, listen, I'm like, I'm calling a bluff. She ain't gonna do nothing with that knife, man.
Sure enough.
What you gonna do with that? You ain't gonna do nothing with it. Go ahead.
And I turned it. I'm
like, try it. Ain't nothing to do. And I'm like, the kids here watching too. You gonna stand from the
yeah.
The
kids were so scared. They called my mom and my sisters. They like, come and get us, please.
I'm like,
please.
Man, you ain't gonna do that knife in front of the kids. Go ahead, do it then. Do it then. And now I realize, like, What the hell? And at that moment, I knew
You
that,
effed up.
yeah, that I messed up.
Wait, and then now I know that I shouldn't throw bikes at people.
Yeah, the twist. The twist, yes.
No, I really, because at first it wasn't going all the way in.
Cause
I
I'm
wanted
like,
to see blood. It's like, so he walked up to it.
I'm like, do it
this.
then. You know, I
Yeah, he walked.
I saw that on movies. Listen, you ever see a movie and people have a gun? You're like, go ahead,
And he
do
walked
it right
up
now.
to it.
So I'm like, hey, it worked.
And I'm trying
Listen,
to push.
look, so I'm telling you, it worked in movies. They walk up to it, you ain't gonna do nothing with that thing. Do it, and they don't do anything. So I'm like, I'm doing the same thing. You ain't gonna do nothing with that knife. Do it, but movies in real life, two different things.
And he knows I'm crazy though.
Two different things. In real life, it happened. So I remember high school, this guy pulled a knife on me. I took that gun, took it from him, and he was coined. Oh yeah, bro.
You should have been here to talk.
Where
to
were
him
you when I needed that information? Now you tell me years later that I could have took it. Come on, oh man, it's crazy. I need that.
So when he walked into it, it didn't go.
Yeah.
It didn't pierce the skin. And I wanted to pierce his skin. I wanted to prove to him that, look, I'm going to cut you.
Point proven.
So then
Yeah, point proven.
and he was like, he walked away. He was like, did you just? He kept doing like this.
I was in shock.
Wait. So now I'm scared because I know I can't beat him, but I act like I can beat him. Now I'm scared. So now I pick up one of the babies. I pick up one of the babies, right? And I'm holding the babies like, this nigga ain't, this man ain't coming over here and hitting me with the baby in my hand, right? So he just stands in the corner. And I'm like, that's scary. That was scary. Standing in the corner? Why was you standing in the corner just holding your chest?
I had to realize I was stabbed. Like, am I stabbed? Am I really cut? Wait a minute. What is this? And that's what I knew. She was a little crazy.
He was standing in the corner. That was.
I knew she was a little crazy, but I didn't know she was that crazy. But that was, you would never see another instance where I'm like, hey, you're not gonna cut me again. You proved to me one time, that's it.
And then bikes.
Yeah.
I was just welling him down the steps at his head.
She was throwing them bikes, bro, I'm telling you.
It was like 4 of them.
If it wasn't for God on my side. She was young then. She's 20-something then.
He asked how old I was.
I'm just saying my brain. That's why she was super crazy. She that was in Delaware. She was like 20-something.
No, that was in the house.
What house was that? Was that
That
was 12th
was
Street?
Daisy and Buddy was born.
So here we are in the house that God gave us.
And Daisy just turned 8 in March, so.
So here we are in the house
Here
we are in the house that God blessed us with. And inside the house, she's throwing bikes at me.
And stabbing.
Yeah.
But I thank God for it.
Yeah. Yeah, because she wasn't the one bikes getting thrown at. There's a lot of, so thank God that she's a thrower, not the catcher.
He was catching them though. Wait. He was catching them. He was like, because they were like,
they little bikes.
They were like, little training wheel bikes. Like, they were bikes, but they were like, little like 2 or 3 year olds. And he was like, and I just kept, and because he was catching, I threw the cable box, I threw the Wi-Fi box, I was throwing everything that day. Yeah, y'all gonna get the raw nitty gritty.
Yeah,
we ain't gonna sugarcoat nothing. Nothing. Because we got a lot. We got a lot to tell you.
It's a lot. I'm telling you, it's a lot. We got so many years in.
So now I got a stun gun and mace. I haven't opened it yet.
Make sure y'all save this live.
What did they?
He said, y'all got me rolling.
I got a stun gun.
Make sure
and
you
mace.
save this live. You see right now. So, if anybody sees this live and later on I'm stunned or maced, understand where it happened. You see, this is premeditated.
And pretty.
I'm just saying.
No, I didn't. So, let me tell you why I really bought it. I always wanted it, right? I want to go get a gun license, right?
You
And
gotta take it too. You gotta take it too.
The gun license place is around the corner. So I said, let me start off with a taser and mace first.
Start off small.
Yeah, we start off small.
I'm like, you don't even need that.
Yeah, he's telling people I don't need it, and then the guy's whispering in his ear, "Don't let her buy it."
And I should have. I'm like, yes, no, don't get it. But she was gonna get it anyway. So it came to a point where if I keep on being,
I might have opened it right then and there.
On the side of don't get it, it may be agitating. So I gotta get on the side of okay, cool, just get it. I gotta pick a side because it's going down. She's getting the taser. It's going, so I gotta pick a side.
For my defense,
okay.
For my defense, I have not opened it yet.
Yeah.
But
yeah, call her. Yeah, you're cool.
Who gonna call me?
He said I'm calling her if someone comes to me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
These hands is lethal.
Man, you don't understand half the things that went down there.
Lethal.
Mm-hmm.
Lethal.
Yeah.
But
she got the stun. She got it. I didn't want her to get it because I know it didn't.
I stopped being because my kids. Let me tell you something. All jokes aside, my kids only see me as mommy always fights, and that's what. No, seriously. But that's what, like, clicked in my brain. And I tried to start, like, pulling back. And I'm not telling you that I'm all the way there. Because let it be trying. Because we was at Bet's. It's a fun center for the kids. We go there every Sunday. So Sunday in this house is... We go have fun at this park, at this place where they got room bounces, games, and all that stuff. And then we have movie night. And then the kids go to bed. Some kids stay in our bed. Some kids don't. But it looked like somebody grabbed my son. But he didn't. He grabbed his son. But I was coming over there to grab him. And I don't care if you're a man or a woman. Like, you won't get these hands. Man, woman, child. No, I'm sorry. See?
Yeah, but I'm telling you, listen.
You almost got the gangsta.
Yeah, a lot of things happen.
But
I'm telling you,
I haven't opened it yet. But it's only for, like, we live in a city. We live in a place where it's like a lot of chaos out here. Yeah. Well, in the spot we live at is not, but you go like
a little bit down the road.
5 miles down the road is chaos, and I still go 5 miles down the road. Our homes that
it's
we
like
own
you be warm
here.
Like, oh, it's so warm here. 5 miles down the road, ooh, I'm so cold.
And then I have family still out there.
Down there.
The hair stores are out there because
all the good stuff is in the
stuff is in the city because this place doesn't have that.
All the good stuff. You gotta go down
they don't sell weave out here. Like, I need weave.
You gotta go down to the crazy place to get the good stuff.
Yeah. So you gotta go out there to get the stuff. So I need my mace and a taser. Yeah. Just in case. So that's why I bought it. But I'm well known in the community because that's where I'm from, and sis was but so I haven't opened it, but I just think I wanted it because it was pink and it was pretty. I really think I just wanted it.
And it was dangerous.
Yeah, and it was dangerous. And I live a dangerous life. No, I don't. But, so be ready for this. Stay tuned. We will be back. We might come back tomorrow.
Yeah, we should come back tomorrow.
Wait,
we just started off.
Wait.
You said, I feel you.
Wait, no, so, yeah, we can come back tomorrow because we got to go.
Yeah. See, we got, let me tell you something. So we got a lot of kids, right? Let me tell you this story, how it started happening. She was already fighting. So because she was already fighting when she was younger, so listen, this story y'all don't even know about. Listen, so this is a true story. This is not made up story. I'm telling you, this is real. This is real story. There was a time when Layla Ali was putting this thing up where she was taking on contenders, and she was just trying to take on these contenders for this next fight, and we were in line to take this fight. When I say we, her. You know, I box. I'm a boxer, and I was training her, and we were in the midst, ready to get this money, get this fight. She could have been completely famous by now, because listen, we were in a position where we were gonna win.
But he kept shooting the club up.
We were gonna win. I'm telling you, listen.
He kept shooting the club up.
We were going to win. I'm telling you, listen. I'm telling you, we were going to win. She was an amazing fighter, amazing boxer. We were going to win.
He kept shooting the club up.
But then she got pregnant.
I got pregnant?
Yeah. She got pregnant.
See, that's why we fight.
She got pregnant. Just wouldn't leave me alone. Got pregnant. You know what I mean?
No, we just had to do like this.
Yeah.
And boom.
I walk by like, hey, everything cool? What is wrong with your stomach? Like that. So
I had to tie them too.
yeah. So listen. So then she got pregnant, and
now my daughter and my son wrestles.
yeah.
So.
But that was that was our shot. That was our shot. That was a real shot. We about to keep that. We about to get them a couple of hours, and if we would have won, I'm telling you, Layla Ali was not gonna. We would have won. Listen, I know you think I'm just talking. We definitely would have won. I'm telling you, we would have won. I'm telling you, everything God even knows, we would have won that fight. We were in a different position. She was.
I was hungry.
She was hungry, but she was.
I was hungry.
She was. Yeah, we was gonna win.
I was hungry.
But we didn't get that contender fight. And then it threw us out.
God had different plans.
Different plans. But then after
we had
that,
these kids.
we had those kids, and things started happening. Yeah. See. Yeah. We got a son and a daughter who wrestles.
Yeah.
That's quick.
And then we got a daughter that boxes.
Yeah, so we got and he plays football.
And we got a son that boxed that got a belt, so
We got a couple of them that got belts.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but like
then,
we got a really big family, and they all do something. Nobody's allowed to sit around being idle. You can't sit around being idle. No, can't sit around being idle.
Idle time is a waste of mine. What you about to do?
You can't sit around being idle.
Oh, you packing to go back to school? My baby going back to school, so
He's a
kids were here.
He's a future NFL
The
guy.
kids were here because Dewana did her commitment signing day to commit to her college, and she committed today. It was so nice.
Yeah, it was cool.
It was so nice, and she committed to her college today. So you packing?
Oh, appreciate that, man. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
We got we got a lot of kids. Right now we're 100% household too. Every kid that came, every kid went to college too. Every kid went to college.
Yeah, we got one that's getting our masters.
You know what I mean? It was awesome, man. It's awesome.
It's fun. It's fun having a big family.
Yeah, it's
I
fun.
don't know what I would do.
And we trained every last one in the box. Every last one of them learned how to box at an early age. The two little ones right now, they're just learning because they're young.
They're baby-fied.
They're baby-fied, but they're still gonna box.
They. I know she ain't say no watermelon.
Is what? They say it again? Watermelon. Yo, you know something too? Only have two, and two. Man, I remember we had two.
I don't.
It's went by too fast.
It never was two.
When was two?
When was it two?
Never.
We got 15 kids in 5 grades. Tell me when it was two.
Okay, bro. You got two in his heart, but then no.
And look.
You got.
So when
two,
I cook,
that's it. Two.
So only
like what? The number after one?
Wait, how many kids is home? Only 5 kids is home. So you got Dewana, she's the oldest that's home. Yeah. You got Manny Man, he's the second oldest. Then you got Baby, he's the third oldest. Then you got Daisy, and then you got Buddy. But Dewana's graduating. She's the one that committed. She's graduating. She's about to leave. Yeah. She's about to go to college. So
but then we got so many guys in college.
I'm only used to cooking big meals because not only are they there, their friends are there, our cousins are there. It's so many kids always in our house, so I'm not used to
always
cooking
a lot of kids.
little food. So when I'm cooking now, it just doesn't seem like.
Think about this.
But this weekend, I got to cook big because everybody was here home for Dewana.
Yeah, think about this. We go to a park. We good. You on that team. You on that team.
Yeah, like
you go to a park with two. I remember with lockdown, we can go to a park when nobody's around. You couldn't go anywhere
because you couldn't have 5 or more people with you, or you couldn't be without your family. Like you had to be with people that was in your household.
Yeah, our household was packed. So
we had tournaments.
Yeah, we go to a park. We got you on that team. You on that team.
We had the bubbles, and we put the bubbles on our heads, and we spun around, and we had to race and pop. Yeah. We did kickball. We did baseball. We did our gender reveal for our grandson.
You got to check on the YouTube channel for that.
Yeah, you got to check the YouTube. It's the same thing. 1-365. We did the gender reveal, so we went to the store. We bought pink and blue bouncy balls. And whoever picked pink and whoever picked blue, and we ordered a kit off of Amazon that she she tinkled on, and it told us, and it was real.
Yeah.
It
Boy
said
came
it was
out
a
as a
boy,
boy.
and he's a boy.
Yeah. Came out as a boy.
Yeah, so we
Yeah,
did a lot. Like, we had fun during COVID.
Yeah, we had. I'm telling you, when you got a big family, you can do those kind of things.
Yeah.
When it comes down to they say, listen, we're gonna have a Royal Rumble. This family against that family. Hey, not gonna be fair on y'all ends.
Don't pick us. Don't pick
We're
us.
gonna be we're gonna be 15 kids strong.
Plus 3 grands.
Yeah, I mean.
And we got a lot of kids that we raised. Like,
We raised
a lot of kids that call us mom and dad.
They would live at our house.
Yeah, we got a lot.
We used to
of
let
kids.
them. Those kids live at our house. Literally live there. They used to come.
And
never
even
go
right
home.
now,
They come
they
here.
call us whatever they need.
Still
we
handle
look
it.
out.
Man.
Like,
I'm saying, look, we got a life. We got a life
we
that
got
y'all
a
don't
lot.
understand. We did a lot of stuff, man. We do some of everything.
We do
do a lot of stuff.
We do, and we're going to continue to do.
Yeah, it's always.
And if you need help with colleges for your kids and to get
You know
to
where the
college,
money is.
I know where the money is. So.
Well, I don't know where the money. I see her find the money, and then less money.
That's because we got a lot of kids and they all want to go to college, so I needed to figure it out.
And she be finding it too. And they be getting money back too. They get some money back.
Yeah, like Dominique just got $2,500 back. She was like, she act like me ain't know, but I know everything.
Yeah, I'm telling you, listen, I'm telling you, we got stories on top of stories on top of stories, people. I'm telling you, these are not made up stories. These are real, live, to the bone, real stories.
Yeah, like, he really got stabbed.
Yeah.
He really got bikes thrown at him.
That made my heart skip a beat when she talked that. I wasn't even ready for that. You know, I just had the flashback of the, you know what I mean?
Cops really picked me up in the air trying to fight people.
Yeah, and then they said, we brought him in the house. I'm like, get in this house. You're not going to fight nobody.
I was around the back door, outside.
She went out the back door. I said, good. I brought her in the house, like, good. That's over with. I'm out brain. I'm like, I hear somebody outside arguing still. Lucky that's not us. Where's your mom at? She went out the back door. Oh my gosh, she back out there again.
And the cops got me in the air.
Oh my goodness, it's crazy.
Now, all the cops out here are my friends.
Yeah, because they know her. Because they came by a lot. They came by a lot.
First of all, I'm not taking no boys.
Yeah.
That's just who I am. Regardless of the fact I love the Lord, I'm just not accepting anything. You're not going to just give me anything and then assume that I'm just going to be okay with it. I'm not.
We all know that.
I'm not. Man, woman, like, I'm coming at you. Like, I'm just coming at, like, I'm working. I'm a work in progress. And to know me is to love me. Because I am a beautiful soul. I will give you anything. Like, I will take my shirt off and give it to you. Like, that's just how I am. So, like, when people is...
Yeah, I think I was wearing her shirt when she stabbed me. She's not lying.
So when people... So when people do, like, bad things to me, it makes me flip. Like, I don't even, like, my kids and them, they be telling me things that I said that I don't even know I said it.
Listen,
or did it.
No, listen to this. One day I'm upstairs and I got this computer and I'm editing. I'm in love with, oh, this is such a beautiful computer. I'm like, I think I might have thought.
I don't break stuff no more.
Listen, she not letting me tell the story. So I'm typing, and I believe that before she came upstairs, I like, Lord, I want to thank you for giving me this computer because it edits so awesome. I can edit videos. This is a wonderful computer. So it's beautiful. I remember I never found a computer that great again.
Yeah, so, you got the same one.
It was different.
No, it was the same exact one.
I'm telling you guys, it was different. So
and you got an Apple.
So then she was talking to me, and I'm like, yeah, I hear you. And then she said, I said something to her that she didn't like.
Yeah, you said something like ignorant to me.
I said something that she didn't like. Next thing I know, like, where's my computer?
It was on his lap.
It was on my lap. I'm like,
it was like this.
Yeah, I'm like,
I said,
oh no. It went in slow motion too. I'm like,
don't everything go in slow motion?
No, not the computer. I think I was typing up a sermon to be preaching today. I was typing up a sermon.
No, you was editing.
I
video.
was, guys. I was typing up a sermon. I was getting ready to type up a sermon. I was like, and getting ready to type up a great sermon. Like, what's my topic gonna be? Yes. No. No nonsense in the building. What's good, bro?
So I remember what the argument is about now.
Yeah.
So we was going to Great Adventures, right? He was about to go to Great Adventures. He's from Jersey, so he always wants to go to Great Adventures because season passes every year. Been going to Great Adventures for 20-some years, getting on the same rides. We go
That's
to
the same rides. They add a new ride every year.
They add one ride,
So
but I'm not a rider, so I'm getting on the same rides. I'm getting on the baby rides. So.
No nonsense in the
So,
building.
what's up, no nonsense? I see your journey. I see your fitness journey, and you're doing good, amazing. So we supposed to be going to Great Adventures. Now we had a fight before Great Adventures because I didn't want somebody getting in the car. I didn't want a person to go. Boom. He's like she's going. I'm like, no, I don't want her going. She's a bad person. She's a bad apple. No. So now he doesn't want to go. But we done told our kids we're going. I don't like doing that. If I tell my kids we're doing something, then that's what we're going to do. Or we don't tell them until we get ready to go. Because, sometimes things come up, so you don't want the kids to be disappointed.
Let's get to the point where it's worth breaking a laptop.
So I come up and I say, are you ready to go? He was like, no, I ain't going. You could drive yourself. I said...
What's wrong with that?
That's it.
If I'm not going, what's wrong with that?
I said...
If she has license... The car works. Why can't she drive herself?
I said, I don't want to drive that far by myself. Mm-hmm. And I don't want to go with Daisy and Buddy by myself because Daisy and Buddy need riders.
Yeah.
So at the time, now they don't. They can ride by themselves. They can ride roller coasters and all that by themselves. But at that time, they needed a rider. So I would be a rider and he would be a rider. Mm-hmm. The kids is not going to want to ride with us. Once we hit that fountain, they're going. Mm-hmm. They got their phones. They're going. So he said something like, just go and get out my face.
I'm typing a sermon to the Lord.
He was not. He was editing. He was editing a YouTube video.
I said, I'm like, dear Lord.
Okay, stop. I get you.
See so that, then, guys, if the video just goes out by itself, the phone must have got broke.
So then, he says that. I said, I let it go. I said, just get up and let's go. He said, you already ruined it. I'm not going nowhere with you. Blah, 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 blah. Really? Okay. Bam! You ain't working on nothing anyway now. Now we both gonna be bored in this house. And that's what I said.
And she was right. I wasn't working on anything else after that.
Nuh-uh. You went in the room and you plugged up the laptop. Because remember you said it could work. But you would plug it up to the TV.
That's the same laptop.
Yeah, you would edit on the TV.
So the screen was destroyed. So only I can use it, I had to HDMI it to the TV, and I can.
But he already knows.
For months, I'm doing this now.
Alright, but.
And every time she walk out, I give it a look like. This is your fault.
But for my defense, remember I told you I stabbed him. I turned the knife. Remember I told you I threw bites at him. Mm-hmm. I ran out the house. When he brought me, he literally picked me up and put me in the house, shut the door, and I was back outside fighting. Mm-hmm. Like, why would you do that to me? Like, you know that my fuse is like... Mm-hmm. So, you gonna say those words to me, like my word, like, I'm so nice, like... The words can make me cry.
In this case, they raised the teachers and my mom, everybody taught me wrong. They said words can never hurt you. That's what they said, and I was brought up with that. Words can never hurt you. I believed that for a long period of time, and then eventually I figured out words can actually hurt you.
But I'm telling you, because like little words can make me like I'm starting to change a little bit, but it hurts my feelings, like, because I wouldn't do that to you. Mm-hmm. Like, I am the nicest person until you bring it out of me. Like, yes. You gotta really bring it out of me. Mm-hmm. And to the point where I cry because I don't want to. I get to crying because I don't want to fight
And
you.
that's when you know it's, hey, listen, I don't know what I said prior to that, but listen, let's back it up a little bit.
Yeah, because once I start crying, it's a wrap. It's over. It's done. It's no stopping me. It's no calming me down. I tried to somebody the other day, like I thought somebody was hitting kids out. Somebody was hitting kids outside. I didn't know if it was my son.
Yes.
I had a robe on.
I wasn't here
Just
at the
a
time.
robe. I just jumped out the shower. Go outside in my robe.
No
And
shoes on, anything.
Yeah. And they in the car.
A robe.
And I'm like thinking I'm stronger than the car. So like when I get into that mode, nothing is just my target. And that's it. I'm at the car, like trying to grab the people out the car, and they're trying to speed off. I don't got no shoes on, nothing. It just it clicks, and it's just the words. Like so, I'm working on. I have to work on that, and I have to work on it. But I also have to ask God to help me with that because I'm telling you,
Yes.
words can damage me. And like when we first started doing YouTube, I was
In the comments.
in the
Everybody.
comments.
This video sucks.
I
bet you-
I beat you up. What's your address? Yeah, like that's how I was.
You're not getting a like. Oh, I bet you don't like you.
Yeah, like, and then my son had to be like, "Mommy," but they watched the video. You got a view, like they watched, like, and that video is almost at like 400,000 views.
She responded every comment.
Every comment. If you look in there, if you look at that video, I'm under every comment, like, and it's like 3,000 or 4,000 comments. And
What did she say? Pay attention.
And then let me tell you what he started doing. He started deleting the comments before
If I
I
see
could
him
see
come
it.
negative, I delete.
Yeah, he'd take it out of there. But like it would like come on my screen, and I might have been doing something with the kids or doing something.
Now she's looking for it.
I'm looking for it. I said, "Did you see that comment?"
No, I didn't see it.
Yeah, I'm like, "Did you see that comment?" I know I seen that comment.
I didn't see it.
I gotta test that comment.
I didn't see it. It wasn't there. You losing. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, like he would be deleting it. I don't know. Like I gotta get better with that. It's a work in progress. Y'all gonna go through this journey with me.
Yeah, we're gonna start doing. Listen, we're gonna do this. We're gonna do this at a specific time every day, so y'all know to tune in too.
And then y'all can do the playbacks.
Yeah.
We're gonna always save it. We're always gonna upload it, and you can do the playbacks.
We're gonna do a specific time, so you can always see it's gonna be real, completely real.
100% raw footage.
The real
deal, Holyfield.
The Real Marriage Podcast. You don't want to miss it. We're gonna tell you what's really happening. So everybody said, "Oh,
sometimes it's glitz and glams.
It's gonna be so awesome.
Sometimes it's glitz and glams.
We're gonna hold hands and ride rainbows forever."
Let me tell you one thing. I only asked him one thing to do. Take me on a picnic in the grass.
Picnic.
And he won't do it.
Picnic.
So that was some of my anger too, y'all.
Cause we didn't go on a picnic. I got stabbed.
Yeah, like why you didn't take me on a picnic?
If I'd have knew that, I'd have went to the picnic instead of getting stabbed. Come on. Here goes the blanket. I got some ham and cheese right here.
No, you gotta eat potato salad on a picnic with grapes and cheese and crackers.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, but it's gonna be fun. It's a lot of laughs. We have a lot of laughs.
I know y'all came y'all see this is Nashville shooting from the school shooting. That's a very terrible thing. But from now on, when you see our podcast come on, you're gonna see the real marriage deal. We're gonna bring it.
And we're gonna still talk about other life events, current events, and stuff.
But in the midst of it, you're gonna get the real.
Yeah, we're gonna get the real. 100%.
Yeah.
And you never know. I might hit him.
Hopefully not.
You might turn off the camera though.
This is gonna be a 24-hour live, guys.
No, I said like when you feel like think is something about to happen, you might hit the X.
Oh yeah. You never know. But listen, from here on out, guys, you're gonna see the real. You're gonna see the real. It's gonna be the realest podcast around. People can give you everything. Everything from ups to downs. Everything, people, everything. Tell you our spiritual journeys, our natural journeys, our family journeys, our kids' journeys. We got stories for years. We've been doing this thing for years on top of years on top of years.
We got stories for years and years and years and years. And let me tell you something. Don't get married for love, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
That's not real. Because that love will die out. And you want to stab that person. Get married because that's who God brought to you.
Mm-hmm.
Get married because, I mean, you love the person, but love is not the end all. Love is not everything. But get married because a lot of different things. It's a lot of different things in marriage, and it's a lot of work.
Mm-hmm.
It's not easy, but it is easy to quit.
Mm-hmm.
That is what's easy. It is easy to quit. It is hard to stay together, and it's easy to quit. And you have valleys and peaks, and you have good days. And I used to hear this thing where they used to say, it'll get better, and it'll all go away, and you won't argue no more, and you won't do this no more, and you won't do that no more. That's a lie.
Mm-hmm.
Don't believe that. Because when we was in our good days, our good times, it still went back to some. And because you're not going to agree on everything, you become one, but you still one within yourself too.
Mm-hmm.
You're still you, and he's still him, but y'all became one.
Mm-hmm.
But you're still not going to agree on everything, and there's still going to be disagreements. And then you can try to say, okay, I'm not even going to say. So I had this thing where I said, you know what? No matter what he don't like or what it is, if I don't like it, I'm not going to say anything about it. That just built up.
Yeah. Then one day you be like, pow!
Yeah! That just built up. That just made it worse. That just made it worse. That was stupid of me. I just was like, okay, whatever he say,
So,
whatever he do, I don't like. If I
she
don't
tested
like
out a theory that was building a nuclear bomb. And I didn't have nothing to do with the theory, but the bomb exploded in my hands. And that was my fault. One day, just, you know what?
So yeah, I just thought that if I just don't react to what I don't like. So if he says something and I don't agree to it or I don't like it, I don't say nothing. I just be quiet. Because normally, if you say something to me, and I'm saying stuff that I regret saying, so I say, in order to not do that, maybe I should just not say anything. No, that's not real. Don't do that. That was a disaster. That was a disaster because all that.
Listen.
And then you just let me tell you something. Let me tell you a secret. So, laying in the bed will make you hit and punch on people while they sleep because they snoring and because you're thinking about that stuff they said earlier.
Oh my goodness! I must have been sleeping. What was I laying on? A rock?
I would be hitting him. He'd be turning over like. I'd be like, "You okay? What's up? What's wrong? You good?"
I knew something was wrong. So I'm like, what the? You keep waking up out of your sleep crazy.
Yeah, that's
I'm like,
you telling them.
What is wrong with me?
You keep waking up out of your sleep so crazy. And
Why am I
what's wrong
doing
with
that?
you?
Oh man, I apologize. I'm so sorry. I'm doing that.
Yeah, but no, it was me. It still is me.
Oh my goodness, I'm scared. Shit, it still is. Yeah, y'all think that's joking, but I really did get scared just then. This is a really fearful laugh. I'm really scared, for real.
Wait, I want to go to McDonald's. What time is it? But yeah, it still is me. Sorry. It still is. You lucky I'm spitting your food or something. I just hit him. I hit him, I punch him, I pinch him. Because let me tell you something. So when it first started is when we started having babies. He would be over there knocked out, and I'm up with it. Wee, 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 wee. He and it's wee, wee. Like a child.
Uh,
That's what it was That's what was happening. Like ring, ring. And that's how he sound. Wing, 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 wing. And most of my kids was breastfed, so he couldn't.
I couldn't even help.
But then when he could help, he was
did.
like, so I'm in the hospital. Now Daisy gets discharged before me. He calls the hospital and says, it's like Ike.
Nah, yeah.
He says, when are you coming home to take care of this baby?
I can't do it.
What? He said, I can't do this. This baby don't sleep.
I didn't know they didn't sleep like that. I never took care of baby all that time.
He said, this baby don't sleep. I just
Not that
laughed.
early.
I just laughed and hung up.
Not that early. She was like 1, 2 days, 3 days old or something. I never took her.
And Daisy never slept.
She was always up, and no matter what, pacifier in her mouth. Spit the pacifier, cried, and got the pacifier.
Because she was only 4 pounds, so the pacifier was too big for her.
Like the same size of her head.
Yeah, they were same size as her face. You put a pacifier on her face, it just
cover her whole head.
I had to have it earlier because I had preeclampsia.
You put the pacifier in their mouth, they spit it out and cry that it's gone.
Or they pull their hair.
Yeah, they scratch their own face. They'll put those gloves on them so they don't attack their own self.
So he calls me. He's like, well, what time you come? When they going to discharge
When they letting you out of there?
When they discharge you, look, I'm on a magnesium bag.
They gave
You
me
got
this mag bag. It'll take 2 days.
Mag bags.
2 days?
Yeah, so when I had her, I had to get on a mag bag for 48 hours. And then after the mag bag, you got to wait 24 hours for your muscles to regain because the mag bag shuts your muscles down so you don't have like strokes or heart attacks or seizures or anything. So you can't eat, you can't do nothing. You just watching the clock. So 48 hours when I had her, I was on a mag bag. So 24 hours is when all of them, everything comes out of your system and your muscles, you regain your muscles back. Like I couldn't hold her, I couldn't walk, I couldn't do nothing. I had a catheter, all that. So when I got discharged, she got discharged.
Yeah, I'm like, what is happening?
But
there?
remember the first time they kept her.
Yeah,
I stayed 7 days. She got discharged on the second day, like how normal babies and moms get discharged.
They told me
but
that.
My blood pressure was so high, it wasn't coming down. They had to regulate and find the right dose of medicine and the right medicine. So it was 7 days. So they was like, since you're not discharged, we're gonna leave her in here. We're not gonna discharge her. So I stayed 7 to 8 days. By the time I came home, now I don't sit down. So I came home, went about my business. Now my calves is back swollen again. So now they admit me back in the hospital. But this time, he's in there with me. But they like, look, she gotta stay. And he looked at me, I could see him do this.
Yeah, I'm like, well, what about the baby? Baby staying with her?
Yeah, like he said, so what you keeping the baby? I said, man, how we keep the baby?
Like when she first got discharged in the beginning, they told me like, yeah, we're gonna discharge her and discharge the baby, but she gotta stay. I'm like, what y'all mean? Baby can't come home without her. And my brain, I'm like, who's watching the baby then? And slowly but surely, I'm like, oh no, it's me. I'm watching the baby.
And then let me tell you something. So these 2 last babies, so Daisy and Buddy, he promised. So we had 2 miscarriages before Daisy and Buddy. So we have baby is 14. So baby is 7 years older than Daisy. So in between baby and Daisy, we had 2 miscarriages, and they told me not to have no more kids. So I was on the depot.
We beat that.
We beat the depot, and Daisy was conceived. We was, conceived. So Daisy was here, and he told me, he said, if I have these kids, I'm going to be 100% in. I'm going to help you with the babies. But he keeps saying he never said when.
I said I'm gonna help. When they got older, not the baby part. The baby part, I don't want to take that from her. You know, girls is no. Girls play with baby dolls and they want that.
I play with enough.
They want that. So I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna be selfish and let you have this baby time.
But I was what?
I didn't want to be selfish. This is me
No.
not. God, listen. This is me not being selfish.
No.
You got the baby time. I'll wait till they get
No.
bigger. You can have all the baby time.
No. No.
Then if you got older,
No.
okay, let me help a little bit here.
So when he's and they wah, he got beat up.
Yeah, see,
It is what it is.
see, you paid the price, I guess.
Yeah, because you said you was gonna help me. So, but on that note, y'all guys, we'll be back.
Yeah, we'll be back tomorrow. We're gonna come at a certain time all the time so you can
We gotta figure out a time because we got kids that do so much stuff.
what we're gonna do this
They be
stuff.
taking up all our time. They selfish.
We're gonna do this show though.
Hold on, what's that song called? I'm selfish. They selfish.
They
They
are.
taking up all our time. Sports and drive me here, take me there,
Yeah.
take me there. I'm going to a birthday party. DeWanda been to like 6 birthday parties in the last month. And this month just started. Wait.
Who's been buying the gifts for those parties? We have.
Yeah, because you got to bring gifts. You can't, like, don't go to nobody's birthday party empty-handed unless you really cannot get a gift. But
She keep going though. I gotta go. I need a gift. What?
yeah, she been going. She went to a sneaker ball, and her outfit cost $70.
A sneaker ball.
Her outfit cost $70.
Just because they had one, she needs to go.
But it was Nevaeh's party. It was her best friend.
Okay.
And then she went to a hotel party, and then she went to the twins
And now
party.
she going away to a medical convention.
A medical convention. So she goes to nursing school in the morning and then goes back to high school. She has all her credits in high school, so she just goes to high school for fun. But she's graduating this year. But she takes nursing in the morning and Tuesday. So tomorrow we gotta go and get
all this stuff.
So we gotta spend money.
And the thing about it too is
And we just spent money on her yesterday, today,
a
because she just
did her
had
signing.
her little signing.
She
and
was
we
a little small glow in the dark baby.
Yeah, she had jaundice, and it was so bad that she had to
And
wear a light for a week.
Yep, she had
For
this light
like
on.
22 hours a day. It was a vest, and it was a green light. She was a lightning bug.
Yeah. People say, "Can we see your baby?" Not
No, not yet. Not
not
yet. She ain't cooked enough.
No, she's still cooking.
Like Daisy and Buddy. We their pictures, if you look at their pictures, Daisy and Buddy pictures like this, because they didn't cook all the way.
They still cooking. No, not yet.
Not yet. You
Let
can't
them cook
see
a
it.
little more, and you'll see them. You'll
Yeah.
see them when they get them cooking.
So, she's going away, so we got to go to the store, and we got to go get some stuff in the morning, because she leaves on Wednesday. She got to be there at 7 o'clock. I'm not driving. He's taking her.
See?
She got to be there at 7 o'clock in the morning. And they're going to stay in the hotel, and she's going to present to the medical staff, and she's doing pregnancy in young teens, preeclampsia, and African American, and pregnancy in young teens.
She's doing a lot of stuff. She's doing a lot
Yeah,
of
she's
stuff.
doing a lot. She's a very, very, very intelligent little girl.
Yeah, she's doing a lot of
She's
stuff.
not the average chick. Not the average.
But listen, tune into our podcast. We're gonna be doing this. We're gonna be doing this at least 3 times a
we gotta
week,
get up early.
and we're gonna be keeping it real with you guys. I know that the captions was about the shooting. We talked about the shooting earlier, and then now we're talking about some other stuff. You know what I mean? So
What was that?
I don't know.
I can't say it.
I don't know what that is.
Hurry up and you want to try it, and then
It's gonna be
I'll
something
put my hand on
crazy.
the X. Go ahead. I'll put my hand on the X.
Just in case, already locked in. Wait, the X is us.
Nuh-uh, because when he come up, it's going to be there.
We gotta do this. Man, I don't know how to do it anymore. It's around here, right? No, it's here.
Oh,
you got
they
up out
X
there.
themselves out.
All right.
But
We
shall
will be
see.
back tomorrow, people, for sure. And you're gonna see the podcast. It's gonna be the real
We'll
day
have our
marriage.
lights back up.
Yeah,
he
and-
painted.
Yeah,
He
and
painted the wall again, so we'll have our
and
lights
listen,
back
and we'll
up.
have good advice for marriage. People get married too. How to successfully get through a marriage without killing each other. Part 1.
But we didn't.
We didn't kill nobody.
Almost.
What?
Remember I smothered you and held your neck?
I do remember that on several occasions.
Yeah. So what we gonna what we talk what we so we gotta like rephrase that a little bit. We'll think about that and we'll come back to y'all on the title.
Wait, was that was real?
Yeah, remember?
No, you trying to really smother me out?
Remember?
You know what, guys? Save this live. No, no, no.
Wait, I'm getting a headache.
No, save this live, guys. No.
I'm getting a headache.
No, no.
Like, y'all
Save
ever
this
watch
live as
Kill?
witness.
Wait, did y'all ever watch Kill Bill? You know how you do the
Combination.
yeah.
Yeah, she used to be scared of the combination. If I ever did
I'm
it,
still scared of
she
it.
used to be scared if I think I want to get the right combination.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a real combination.
I might get the real one. Oh, I'm sorry. No.
But yeah, so if he's like not paying attention, I'll like or
Yeah.
I don't know. It just comes up. It just or bite him or like just like the other night I made him play music trivia.
Made me. Like, if I didn't stop, all this stuff was gonna keep happening.
Yeah, if he didn't play, I was going to keep beating him up and stuff.
Yeah, so I had to play it.
And then he played black songs. Like he didn't win with me. And then he played, and then it was 5. He only gave me 3. And then I faked it, act like I didn't know one, so I can get an extra one. This is real life, y'all. This is real life. Like 100% real. Like this is real life.
Oh man. But I did not know she was trying to kill me for real.
Sometimes.
Save this live, guys, just in case. And we don't know what happened. Oh, we know what happened.
And then like I know like some kind of ways to get away with murder. Like
No, you saw Snapped. That don't work.
No,
it don't work.
They're dummies.
No, the cops is really good these days.
No, they're dumb.
The technology and everything. No, there's cameras everywhere that you don't even know about it.
I will bust all the light bulbs, turn on the gas, and we open up the door. The door it'll blow up.
Well, you won't be doing that one now on this live.
I'm just telling you, like I study.
Yeah, well, you study no good because they too good out in this world. I'm telling you, they get people. Nobody escapes that. Nobody. Don't try. Nobody get away with that. I'm telling you.
Not if I have fatal attraction.
They don't buy that anymore. They threw that out. Congress threw that out.
When?
Like last week sometime I saw it on the news. You didn't watch it, but I saw it. They threw that out.
You are lying.
Congress threw that out. You crazy. Congress got rid of that. So,
are you serious?
Yeah, I saw that.
I'm looking it up, yo.
Nah, I mean, you could, but
it might not be the bill. Might not be up on.
Nah, they ain't posted all yet. But it was last week they threw that out.
And we got this yellow on because the college Tawana's going to is yellow and blue.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we in yellow. Like a bumblebee. Yeah, but I want him to take me to McDonald's, so y'all.
All right, so we're going to McDonald's. We'll see you tomorrow on The Real.
It's not tomorrow.
We'll see y'all in a couple hours.
Oh my goodness, it's 2 o'clock in the morning. We gotta do all this stuff.
Yeah, on The Real marriage thing. Help people, if you're getting married, you gotta, apparently not killing people, but
we don't kill people. We make threats and we like try. So like we're gonna teach people how not to try. Because now I know my limits, and now he knows what not to say to me, right?
Yeah, I learned that.
See? You gotta know how to talk to each other. That's number 1. That's key number 1. That might be our first segment, how to speak to each other. But then you might say something stupid, then now we... okay, you know what? We love y'all, 325 Nation. Being part of the 325 Nation.
By subscribing.
Subscribe. And on Instagram, y'all can give us gifts on our reels. You can.
It's not a problem. You can do that.
Yeah, we accept gifts.
Yeah.
Why I look like I got 2 eyebrows? Look. Do it?
Um.
No, because you can't see this one. Look over here.
Oh.
See that? Are you stupid? See? See? Okay. But on that note, because we got kids that wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning. Manny and his girlfriend, well, Dominique already went to school and my man already went to school. Manny and his girlfriend is leaving 10 o'clock in the morning to go back to school. They have a 2.5 hour drive. And then we gotta go and get Juana stuff. We gotta get Daisy and Buddy off to school, Baby and Manny Man off to
Out of
school.
here.
We're not out of here.
All right, we're
I keep,
yeah.
if he says
nah.
again, I'm gonna punch him in the face.
Okay, we're going to
We're going to be exiting.
be exiting tonight, and we'll be back tomorrow.
We will resume.
Yes.
And we will have it structured a little bit.
Yeah.
Even though the jump around is fun, but we want to bring it to you in breakdowns so you don't get it all in one time. Because we had horses. I was
Ooh.
kidnapped by him.
Apparently, that's allegedly.
Oh, but my stabbing wasn't allegedly.
No, that's real.
Why did you go in your white boy voice?
That's 100% real. I want to make sure the world knows.
Wait.
I don't want to say that's no. That's real. I want people to know that it's really real and that happened,
Why did you go in your white boy voice?
so that the world will know that that happened.
Well, allegedly. I stabbed him allegedly.
Not allegedly.
Allegedly. Then yours is not allegedly. Because how did I get here, y'all? He kidnapped me.
Allegedly.
No. Go back into our videos. He tells a story. And we bought horses. We did carnivals. Like
Horses.
we got
Oh,
so much stuff.
Horses
to tell
is
y'all.
horses is
so
crazy.
Much.
Horses is crazy.
And he took me to my first prom.
Horses is. I can't believe that horse, man. That's crazy.
Yeah, he took me to my first prom when I was like 30. So we got a lot of stuff to say. I never went to prom. I went to formal, but I never went to prom. So, yeah.
Tomorrow, people, we'll give you everything.
In a couple hours.
Yeah, a couple hours. All right. Tune in. Stay tuned in. I know people sleep right now, but you better not be sleeping. We come back to you tomorrow.
So with that being said, don't forget to subscribe to 11325 because we love y'all. We love y'all support. We love everything about y'all. We freaking love it here. We love it here. We love it here. And be a part of the 325 Nation. If you're not subscribed and you just checking out this video and you want to get to know us, get to know our family, because it's big and it's a lot and it's a lot of drama. No, it's not. It's just a lot of fun. Chaos. It's chaos.
Yeah.
And if you want to get to know the family, just subscribe or follow. And we would be grateful. We're going to get a P.O. box soon because somebody asked me did I have a P.O. box and I didn't have one and I didn't want to give my real address out. So we will be getting a P.O. box soon. And with that being said, we love you.
Yep.
We love you like a Snickers when on a hungry day.
See y'all. We out of here.